The five of us have had enough of our lives in the South City, so we packed it all up, risked it all, and moved to the Australian Outback, beginning a new life on the Isle of Fumble. In today's video, we played 100% of Dinkum, where our journey to collect the 25 achievements will take us through finding over 100 creatures to complete the pedia.
I have a cicada.
A cicada? You mean a cicada? Alongside creating a farming empire, in order to make the millions of dinks needed to grow the Isle of Fumble from tents and sleeping bags to a thriving community full of citizens and shops. And with a few of you asking for Dinkum in the past, and with us wanting to play it ourselves, it was a perfect opportunity when the developer of Dinkum and Crafton kindly offered to sponsor this video, meaning if you use the link at the top of the description, you can get Dinkum at a discounted price for a limited time. And if you also wanted to join the Dinkum community, you can join their Discord too, with the link below. So with a lot to do, let's head back to the start of the story, where it was time for the five of us to begin a new chapter together. And after hopping straight into customizing our characters, I want to go bald, but I know that's Jacob's trademark at this point.
Yeah.
And naming our future island Isle of Fumble.
Yeah.
There we go, create character. Boom! We were then introduced to the miserable and cold South City, as we had received a help wanted letter from someone called Fletch, who invited us to visit the Isle of Fumble. Oh my god, who's this beautiful lady? Taking us away. And without a single hesitation, we boarded her blimp, eventually arriving at the island where we properly introduced ourselves to Fletch.
Oh my god, it's got Sims language.
So she handed us a base tent and a map of the island to help us in case we got lost.
You received base tent of operations.
It's like Zelda.
Oh, actually it is. You received island map.
So I set up her tent just to the left of the dock on the beach and headed inside to check out the cozy interior. We then also received our very first tent to set down, and maybe this wasn't the safest location to make our home. Oh, because I was already getting chased around by alligators. But regardless, I chose to set up our tent just across the pond from Fletch. And after dropping in and letting Fletch know that it was set up, she told us about John, the trader, who we'd be buying tools from and selling most of our items to, meaning we had to set up a visitor's tent for when new people arrive on the island. A visiting deed. Now we need to convince old John to set up a thing. So I placed it just in front of the docks, that way any visitors wouldn't have to travel too far, and returned to Fletch for the next task, where she gave us the Adventurer's Journal. This helpful little book contains milestones for different activities in the game, which astonished us with just how many there actually were. Do we have to get all these milestones?
I think so.
Oh my word. As well as keeping track of our tasks with the townsfolk, our fish, bug and critter collection.
Oh, 45 fish, 50 bugs, 25 critters.
Don't worry, I'm on that.
And other important information about our characters, such as our levels and licenses. So we went out harvesting resources and finding some food for our first task. And on completion of this task, Fletch gifted us some stones and a recipe for a campfire. So we used the crafting table in the corner of her room to get a preview of some of the crafting recipes, but there would still be many more to unlock down the line. We were also still lacking many of the resources to make the campfire. I need 2 gum logs. Fortunately for us, there were plenty of logs lying around the bushlands with no axe required, so we picked up plenty of them and crafted the first campfire for Fletch, who rewarded us with a bug net and a sleeping bag to end our first day, sleeping through to the morning and returning us to full energy.
Complete your first day. First achievement, get.
So with the island now being open to visitors, the other guys arrived on my island this morning and we all greeted each other.
Hello.
Oh, who's that? Is that...
That haircut crazy.
You two look quite similar. Oh no.
John also arrived on the island today, setting up shop in the visitors' tent. John set up his tent. I told him all about you and how you've helped us get started, and he sounded impressed. Where he was selling a variety of tools and a few other useful items in there. However, we couldn't buy the tools yet, as we needed to obtain the correct licenses to actually use them. We can buy... Do you want to get the fishing license?
Yes.
So I bought my first license, allowing me to begin fishing. But even with the license acquired, we couldn't buy any of the tools just yet, as we couldn't afford any of them. So whilst Matt was showing off some of his emotes that he'd found, how are you doing that? How are you sitting down?
I'm just relaxing.
How are you emoting?
You press enter.
Colm tried selling off his seashells that he'd been collecting along the beach, netting himself a small fortune.
I'm gonna sell all my stuff.
But it wasn't nearly enough for what we needed, which naturally gave us our next set of goals to start making some money and to keep completing even more milestones to allow us to get even more licenses. So Joe started by collecting some seashells and resources, leveling up his shell collecting milestone along the way, while Jacob began his rampage of bug collecting.
Guess who caught a fly?
He's already started.
Collecting a wide range of critters and butterflies.
Oh yeah, the gumleaf grasshopper. Butterfly. Inbound, inbound, inbound. Have it. Oh, I missed.
Maybe even getting a little bit too ambitious and trying to net a shark.
It won't let me catch the shark.
So whilst he learnt his lesson, I was just trying to keep it simple and focus on some mat collecting.
Run for your life.
Come here, Matt. You need to turn PvP on as well. Let's go. I don't think we can hurt each other with it. AKA a big waste of time. But whilst I waste time, Colm got himself a mining and logging license and went to buy the tools with the money he'd saved up, causing some arguments in the process. I was here first.
Nah, mate.
Sir?
Sorry.
Sir, I was here first.
Sorry.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Oh my god, you just gonna buy everything, yeah?
Sorry.
So I picked up a fishing rod for myself.
Wait, can you not buy those as well?
They're sold.
Oh, crap.
Only one of us can buy a thing a day.
And whilst Colm was out testing out his new pickaxe, mining up stones, tin and quartz, I began to fish, casting out into the ocean and catching my first one. Oh, I'm reeling him in. I got one. I caught a blue spot flathead, which I wanted to show off to the others almost immediately, before realising how far Jacob and Joe had actually travelled.
Me pockets are full.
Where'd you go? Oh my word, you're far away. You're halfway across the island. But they were continuing to get more milestones for their efforts, even getting one for travelling over 5 kilometres. So Colm and I sold off our new valuables to John, with Colm's not really being worth it.
I just got ripped off.
But a single one of my fish was selling for a ton. How much are you willing to give me for it? What? $1,000, causing me to get straight back to it, where Matt returned from foraging to sell off his items as well, choosing to purchase the table saw from John, who was already beginning to love his life on the Isle of Fumble. So Matt bid John farewell and got back out there to collect more items and logs. Joe and Jacob were then forced to make their way back home as well, as their pockets had grown full, selling all of their stuff for a major profit, except for Jacob, who was holding onto one of each insect for what he claimed was something down the line.
He's got 15 grand.
I just think he's a bit of a weirdo. So zipping up his pockets full of butterflies, him and Joe then went to buy some licenses.
I can't buy any of them.
Are you sure you have enough of those little blue tokens?
Oh, how'd you get those?
By completing missions.
They're your milestones.
Utilising all of the milestones that they'd been racking up to buy the hunting and trapping license,
Trapping ain't dead.
which unlocked more crafting recipes for us to use when we had the resources to make them. As right now, we were kinda just limited to logs, but that was about to change very soon, as Matt had returned from his day of gathering, placing down the table saw by the beach,
Table saw is by the beach.
allowing him to saw our logs into planks. So he sawed all the way through to the evening, where it began to get dark very quickly. So we borrowed/stole a few sleeping bags from Fletch, setting them up in our very cramped tent,
Someone's got to sleep in the doorway.
where Fletch probably doesn't even want them back, because things began to get weird very fast. For Fletch, Matt, Fletch is going to sleep here, and then we're all going to sleep around her. But now we had somewhere to sleep before it was night time, so while Jacob was studying his bug collection,
I'm just going through and listing them.
and Matt was doing tricks on his head,
Oh my god, look at me.
Joe completed a request for John, earning a little bit of friendship as well as a toilet. What did John give you?
What did you get? Oh my.
A bit of a strange gift, but Joe seemed to love it. The simple ones always love the simple presents. So as we relaxed around the campfire, Joe cooked up some of the meat he had collected from his adventures, and Jacob decided to have a little evening swim into the ocean, stuffing even more critters into his pockets.
I got a critter. Oh no, there's a jellyfish on me.
Which nearly didn't end well for him.
No!
He's getting stung.
Help.
I'm reeling him in, guys. I'm reeling him in. I got a bald one on the line. And after a little bit of interior decorating,
Oh, I still got the toilet.
Put it in our tent.
we all decided to finally head to bed for the night, leveling up a lot and making some great progress. So early in the morning, I headed over to Fletch's. Fletch sent us mail. I thought she lives next door to us.
It's dusk and knocked.
To have a chat and receive a new quest to help John get moved in as a permanent resident here, which I don't think will take too much convincing, considering he's already making thousands of dinks a day. But we do need a range of materials to make it happen. We need 1 campfire, 3 stone, and 10 tin.
No.
So after I picked up a new mining license and Joe checked his mail, we all rushed off to the shop, which immediately descended into chaos.
Matt! Let him go!
Let me buy this pickaxe.
I want the pickaxe.
I want the pickaxe.
I
Matt,
want the
let him go, let him go, let him go. As we quickly realised that each day only one of each tool spawns, and we wanted all of them immediately. Come on, host advantage. Come on, host advantage. So Jacob managed to get the fishing rod,
Oh yeah, I'm off to fish.
and Joe snatched the pickaxe last minute,
Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks, John.
which Matt wasn't too happy about.
Why is only one person going to buy it? I can't do anything for the whole day.
Proceeding to stalk Joe around the island for a lot longer than I'm sure he's willing to put in his own script.
You having fun there?
Yeah, I am.
But whilst he was out mining, they did come across this radio tower together.
Oh, there's a tower.
But it wasn't working and required items we hadn't even seen yet to repair it. So Matt stole a tin oil from Joe before scurrying off into the bushes, still clearly in protest, leaving Joe to carry on with bug snatching and mining, also discovering that you could mine bones using the pickaxe.
Ooh.
Where I was over by the docks teaching Jacob the ways of my trade, but with Jacob not understanding one bit how the rod worked,
How does this work, Kieran?
he crafted his own plan instead,
Okay, but wait, Kieran, I have an idea.
swimming out and trying to use his bare hands to snatch the fish.
Oh yeah, I caught a tiger prawn.
And nearly ending once again in disaster trying to get back to land.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Woo!
Where he now pivoted his focus to creating some storage, as his pockets were reaching breaking point.
But I need like a chest or something, because
We do need a chest. So whilst he did that, Matt went and got himself a logging and excavation license, allowing him to go to John's and purchase the shovel and axe. Something that, if you didn't know, could also double as a weapon, which I learnt the hard way. Ow! Ow! He's killing me! He's killing me!
You still got PvP on game.
No! So after testing it out on me, he continued to do nothing productive, learning that he could dig up and place whole blocks down. He can fully terraform it.
I gotta destroy the whole map.
So immediately tried to block John inside of his tent.
I reckon if I trap John and he won't leave.
Not exactly the impression we were trying to make, especially with the quest of trying to keep him here permanently. He did, however, discover that he could dig up barrels that he could also break open,
Ooh,
granting him some parts that were very similar to those required for the tower.
found one of the shiny discs.
And of course, more importantly to him, some earmuffs.
It's got an achievement on your noggin.
So he immediately put them on and showed them off to the rest of us.
You like my new hat?
He's got headphones on. Finding another pair, which he gave to me during the construction of his new sand tower.
I got more earmuffs.
Yes. Sending Jacob up to the sky limit whilst he was fishing.
You stay up there.
thanks, man.
Meanwhile, Colin was out using his axe to chop down various bushes, and after cooking them on the campfire, he discovered that he'd made Spinifex resin, an important ingredient for crafting many different items, so he used this to craft his very first weapon, the wooden bat, and Matt continued to add to his useless tower, making a staircase leading directly up to it and a staircase leading back downwards,
Digging down to steep state.
which unfortunately didn't help us uncover any mines, but he did insert the disc he'd found into that tower, completing the first of 5 items, where Joe went back off to John's, this time purchasing the barbecue and placing it down by the tent,
Job.
Sorry.
unlocking him the recipe for the crude furnace, crafting one right away as he had the resources available from his previous mining endeavours, and setting it up alongside our other utilities. This allowed him to begin smelting down the large amounts of tin and copper we had been saving up, apart from that one piece Matt stole, so we all headed to it to check it out. Oh, there's a smelter!
Yeah.
It also included a brand new recipe, the wooden crate that Jacob was desperately still searching for,
I also have the recipe for chest, Jacob.
No way, please, 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 please.
meaning we could now store away our items instead of holding on to everything, such as this spider that Jacob decided to chase me around with.
Behold the funnel web.
No, 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 no! Which I didn't find funny. Where Matt's tantrum had finally stopped. Using his shovel for something useful, planting some trees around the place, including these fruit trees that we'd be able to begin farming with before picking up a metal detecting license, which would help him find the items to dig up. Disregarding this almost immediately, as the thought of building a huge sand bridge had crossed his mind, and it was clearly irresistible. I discovered that you could place the bugs on the ground, keeping them safe inside of a little container. Whoa! Something which I'm sure you could imagine was immediately news to Jacob,
How did you do that?
who raced straight over to the beach and made a makeshift museum of all the bugs that he'd collected so far. Mainly out of enjoyment for how long this took, I couldn't quite find the words to tell him that we had a museum coming very soon.
No, a cockroach.
You have a cockroach? Actually, this is kind of my thing.
And it was a good job that I didn't, as this allowed us to have a nice peaceful night inside the tent, where the next morning Jacob was out bug hunting, so I joined him this time, taking breaks every time we spotted a fish bigger than the ones we'd caught yesterday. But these were only small breaks, as Jacob was completely infatuated with capturing loads of new critters.
Literally, Steve Owen, whipping his map out next to a kangaroo, no fear.
From dragonflies,
Oh yeah! Tau Emerald Dragonfly.
a lardiger,
Oh yeah.
and even in his own words, a cicada.
Oh, I have a cicada.
A cicada? You mean a cicada?
A cicada, cicada.
I don't know what it's called. I've never seen one in life.
We'll have to work on his pronunciation, but the passion was clearly there. However, passion wouldn't be enough to catch the beast that we just run into.
Kieran, run!
The beast known as the bush devil. It makes you wonder how people actually survive in Australia with all these weird animals about. Regardless, we continued exploring around the desert, finding more strange creatures
Oh, there's an alligator chasing me.
and lots of new ores. And today, we could actually mine them, as Joe didn't steal the pickaxe this morning, causing me to get exhausted really quickly as I wasn't used to it. So we kept on moving, culminating in travelling 500 metres while out of energy for another achievement.
Move 500 metres cumulatively whilst being exhausted.
And speaking of Joe, he wasn't collecting creatures today, but fighting them instead, hunting down some crocodiles for their meat and XP,
Crocodile down.
which would allow us to unlock the recipes for some better weapons, which we'll be needing very soon. He also managed to kill the shark that had messed with Jacob the other day,
Shark down.
also managing to kill the beast that had nearly ripped me and Jacob apart, which clearly the two of us had weakened a lot, where Joe wasn't emerging as our only fighter, as Colm was also out here, testing out his new wooden bat and new giant hammer. But on a slower pace, Matt was over terraforming some of our future farmland using his shovel, before he was also crafting a new weapon himself, which, instead of testing out on some nearby animals, he tested it out on me again, a worrying pattern indeed.
Do half your health and want it.
So after sawing some more planks and smelting some ores, Joe took these materials and crafted a storage crate, meaning we could now unload all of the items that were clogging up our inventory space. So he went and placed down 3 more of them, and in response we kept the organisation really simple, organising them by the item's colour.
Oh wow, Joe, now this is efficient. But we need a type you can name them, though. We need an organisational system.
What if we do it by colour?
I then went and asked John if he needed any help with anything, to which he responded in trying to buy my shirt for $5 grand.
John just bought my black shirt off of me.
Something is already incredibly wrong with the economy on this island. But as they say, $5 grand is $5 grand. So I gave him the shirt off of my back, granting me just enough hearts with John to make him want to move here permanently.
John's moving in.
So the next morning we applied for the deed from Fletch to set up his shop, choosing to start the construction of it just behind our tent, where next we would need to gather the materials for it. And fortunately, through our collective effort, we had already gathered most of them already. So I began adding the planks, with Joe adding the nails and Colm adding the metal sheets, leaving the small issue of paying off the town debt before we could start the next project.
All the materials are here. Construction will start tomorrow, so that's going to build, but we still need to pay the debt off.
So we decided to keep it simple. We were going to split the costs among ourselves evenly.
Everyone needs to put 15 grand in that debt box.
But this didn't stop some people from trying to show off.
Look at this guy overpaying for the comments. Look at his comment farming.
So whilst people were out foraging, mining and working on their pedias, Matt also began to terraform another area around the back of our tent that would become a space to place some of our workshops and storage. And just before it turned night, I made us the crafting table, meaning we could stop bothering Fletch every time we wanted to craft something. This time we'd be interrupting John, stopping by his tent in the morning, this time actually deciding to talk it through and pick which tools we needed.
Right, let's be gents about this. Who wants what?
Can I have the pickaxe?
With the process becoming a little bit friendlier each time. I then talked to Fletch about the possibility of buying a house deed, but that would be a little bit out of our price range for now.
Oh, that's horror.
So I opted to go with the cheaper bulletin board instead, which would allow us to complete some small requests for the community, and after paying the small fee, I found a good spot to place it down and checked it out. Joe was also talking to Fletch today, this time about licenses, so he purchased the cargo license, which allowed him to increase his inventory size, where he then went and planted a bunch of palm trees around the back of Fletch's tent, so we wouldn't have to travel all the way to the tropics to farm them. And then most of us us, we're back to fishing, as we wanted to try and catch all of the season's fish before the summer was over, with Jacob discovering something that looked like a swordfish, known as a marlin, which was much harder to catch than any of the regular fish we had gotten so far, with the line snapping almost instantly, and after losing it,
This fish is so hard to catch.
Jacob swam onto some rocks and tried to get as close as possible this time, eventually managing to reel it in.
I'm so close.
Have you been catching a fish this whole time?
I got it! I got a marlin!
Where his accomplishments started to dwindle as the rest of us also started finding marlins,
Whoa, that fish is huge. Is that a swordfish?
That's the marlin.
and also started reeling them in with a lot less trouble than he did.
Give you a tip. You drag him in.
Oh, he breaks it so quick.
You drag him in. As soon as he starts to turn around to face the other way, release.
Yeah, innit?
You'll eventually get him. It'll just take like 5-10 minutes.
I got him.
And as another day drew to a close, we all returned to the tent and showed our new fish off to each other.
You having a marlin off?
His marlin's bigger.
Whose is bigger? Yeah. Go on, Matt, get yours up. Ooh. I think Kieran's might actually be a bit fatter.
And today, it was the grand opening of John's shop,
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
the first major building on the Isle of Fumble.
Go, 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 go.
And to say we were excited to check out his new stock would be an understatement.
No, get him out, get him out. I'm in. Pickaxe.
Immediately purchasing one of each tool and placing them back in a chest at home to share, where I also bought a stone grinder,
You can get cement. Oh, purchase that.
which could be used to grind up certain stones into other resources. And with Joe somehow coming away with the pickaxe again today, he was out alternating between mining and bug catching, unlike Jacob, who once again was full steam ahead on his pedia.
I found something out yesterday. I'm not happy about it. I was searching for all the spring bugs and we're in summer.
Making just enough time in his day to stop and admire the beautiful rainbow that had formed as the rain subsided.
There's a rainbow where I am.
Where instead of terraforming, Matt was out digging for buried treasure instead, as he had purchased the newly stocked metal detector from John's store, which was helpful in speeding up the process, where I visited Fletcher's and got our next deed underway for the wishing well, choosing a spot just behind John's shop before spending my day with Colm,
My chest.
showing him the ropes of fishing as well.
Cast it nice and gentle. Yeah.
And unlike Jacob, he didn't try to manhandle them. But unlike Jacob, the fish didn't seem very interested regardless of what method he chose.
No, Mr. Blue, don't go for his.
So just before bedtime, Matt and Joe began to plant the first seed of what was soon to be our farming empire. But that empire would have to start small, so they planted a few apple trees. We then spent our evening working on getting the materials ready for the wishing well, before time had ran out on the day and it was time to head to bed.
Why is there a wall? Why has Matt put himself in the corner of a wall?
This is his zen area.
Where day 8 started with a new visitor arriving.
Oh, wait. No. Who's visit? That's not John. Move, man, move.
A visitor that Jacob couldn't wait to get moved in immediately.
The museum! He's the museum man. Suddenly my thing becomes useful.
As Theodore would be running the island's museum, a building where all of the fish, critters and bugs that we'd been catching could be put on display officially. And even luckier for Jacob, the deed for it was already available.
Oh, that's a hefty price. Jesus.
So I placed it down just behind our workshop area and began immediately working on gathering the materials needed to build it. The gathering process that Jacob had somehow found himself not here for,
The museum can wait.
as he was preparing for the building's arrival by going out to add some more stuff to his collection.
There's a platypus.
Except it had been smooth sailing for him so far, until he decided to try and hunt down the queen bee. But he would only be able to find flies.
I caught a fly.
And after a day of bug collecting and questing for the rest of them, Joe finished off our day by crafting 2 new boats.
Oh!
Meaning that hunting for them ocean fishes would now be smooth sailing. And after buying some more table saws and stone grinders, the workshop area in front of our tent had become a little bit cramped. So I started moving all of our utilities into a larger open space just behind our tent. And I also tried out our new wheelbarrow, which we do use later on when we we realise its true potential. But for now, it would be a piece of the furniture. And speaking of furniture, Matt was processing some of the gum logs as he had a new crafting recipe that he wanted to try, decorating our work area with a fresh wooden plank flooring.
Oh my word, this is looking incredible.
Also fencing it in.
Oh my god, he's putting fences down.
And adding some gates, before I helped to reorganise the layout with him.
Incoming!
Where he then snuck off to help John with some requests. Hopefully he returns with all of his clothes in one piece. But while the others were out still working on their bug and fishing collections,
As if. Why is there a funnel web in the desert?
I was continuing to work at the workshop.
This is pretty cool.
You were studying this a minute ago.
Was I? I don't remember that.
Crafting some torches to help brighten the area up at night, allowing everyone to return home safely
Yeah, come leave crossover.
and sleep through another day.
You're getting punishment.
Where this morning would be another exciting one, as a new visitor was in town again.
Green tent, green tent.
So we introduced ourselves to Rain, the farmer who would bring farming equipment and seeds to the Isle of Fumble, which would be very important down the line, as we needed the ingredients for our cooking recipes and we needed plenty of farming XP later on. So Matt purchased a hoe, a watering can and a couple of seeds, and headed back up to the orchard to plant the first crops of green beans and wheat, adding in a scarecrow he also bought just in case any birds tried to eat our plants. But that wasn't all that was new this morning.
Get him in, reel him in slow. Bring him home, bring him home.
There he is.
As Fletch had a new available deed in the store, this time for the bandstand.
I've applied for the bandstand, so come to me if you think we are ready to build. I think we're ready to build it.
A place where the island could congregate for events. And for us, this would be a critical deed, as we would need to attend the events held here for some achievements down the line. So I accepted the deed as it wasn't too expensive to pay off, setting it up right beside the museum.
This place is coming along, man. This is it. Are we Dinkum right now? Is this it?
So with that in the ground, Jacob then picked me up on his boat and we sailed off in search of fish, as the five of us were working on our pedias once again, with Colm even finding a strange electrified egg in our pond,
What is this electric egg?
which we held on to for now as we were unsure of what to do with it. But the fishing continued late into the night, where certain fish would only appear at this time of day, such as the barracuda and stingray,
That's a stingray.
which we found with ease.
Hell yeah.
Where today, Jacob finally donated his massive collection of bugs, deciding that if he wasn't going to share with Joe, he would share with Theodore, meaning we could now see them all flying around in their exhibits.
Look, come in, look. Oh, they're in.
Before he also donated all of the fish that he'd been saving and making some great initial progress on the museum. And speaking of Joe, he was helping Fletch out with a quest today, being rewarded with some brand new shades.
Oh, yes.
Before he went out mining and brought the materials back to craft a bird coop, which we needed to breed chickens in order to obtain their eggs. We then also found some brand new bugs in the desert,
Yeah, I caught the redback.
alongside some new fish in the ocean. But we blinked and suddenly it was nighttime again.
It's nighttime, move! Go, 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 go!
And at this point, we had discovered a lot of fish in the summer.
That looks eel-like. That is the eel. It's got to be. Fish on! Oh, Mario! Yeah, I got the eel!
But there was only one sneaky nighttime fish that had continued to evade us, the Saratoga.
The Saratoga's the most cat-looking fish you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for, the Saratoga.
Look at it, man. It looks exactly like... Oh.
A fish that we could only find at this time, and we could only find them in one spot, the billabongs. So we proceeded to spend the whole night searching every billabong on the map.
Is this Billy Bong being drained? Do we need to move to the next one?
Getting tricked by some fish that look similar,
Barku grunter, mate.
but overall having no luck again.
Home with us.
Where this would mark the beginning of a journey that the five of us would never forget. The journey to hunt down the Saratoga.
What's going on in here?
Ignore us, ignore us, ignore us.
But first,
Blue tent, close shop, move!
we were introduced to Clover,
Oh, wow.
She's a baddie.
a brand new visitor on the Isle of Fumble who would sell clothing. But for now, her stock was limited as she only had a small tent to fill, which didn't stop us from buying everything we could, as our style was severely lacking.
There's some detective on our island now.
And equipped with some new clothes, Matt then checked the community board and saw a quest for hunting down an alpha bush devil. Now, if that's anything like the thing that nearly massacred me and Jacob, I'm a bit nervous, but we crafted some new weapons and tracked it down to its nest, where, just like I thought, it was much larger than anything we had ever seen.
Oh my god.
Oh no, he's coming!
Um,
And was even equipped with some brand new special attacks.
Whoa!
So instead of adopting our usual strategy of just standing and swinging,
get him.
we decided to run around in circles
They're coming on the bridge, Jacob. Lead him back.
while trying to get attacks in where we could.
Get him, he's knocked out. Get him. Ow.
But it was tanky.
He's down, he's down. Bang, bang.
He's about to hit half health. He's back. But he's... Oh.
So we continued to chip away at its health slowly,
How's this fury?
with Jacob getting caught in its fireball and going down.
No.
Man down.
But we came out on top in the end,
Got him.
Yeah.
He's dead.
being rewarded with some prime meat and an alpha eye.
I got an alpha eye.
A useful item for crafting even more powerful weapons. So with the dust settling and me wearing my brand new detective attire, we again cracked on with solving the mystery of the missing Saratoga.
I'm ready to get hurt again. Straight into a pond of things that are probably not Saratogas.
But it was another night filled with silence, so I headed back to add the materials for the bandstand to finish the day off, where just outside of Fletcher's there was a big queue forming, as today people wanted to start getting more of the licenses,
Fletcher's got a party around this morning, eh?
as we'd been racking up plenty of milestone points. So Joe treated himself to a brand new trapping license before I was rushing off to the pine forests, looking for any bees that I could find,
The queen bee.
before accidentally stumbling upon something different, a satellite that had crashed on the shore.
Found a fault of something like a broken solar panel on the ground.
That's cool.
And after investigating it, I opted to play it safe and leave it alone for now, going back to bug catching. But today I was only able to catch one new kind of bug, as my net had broke,
I think that's a pygmy fly and my net just broke.
with Joe kindly lending me his to help me out.
Oh, welcome. He's here.
Thanks, Brown. I needed a pygmy fly.
No. Oh my god.
So I made sure to reward him for his generosity,
Your troubles.
before he was scurrying off again to make even more money fishing up marlins. And back at home, Matt had bought a camera from Theodore, as well as a display case, using it to display our Alpha Eye proudly as a trophy for the town. But even with the fight with the Bush Devil ending in our victory, the fight with the Saratoga was becoming a bloodbath, as we couldn't find it yet again.
Oh, I know for a fact that ain't it. Need an eel. Or that Saratoga. That damned thing. Damn nothing again, eh?
These stupid fish, they just think they're better than us.
So Joe crafted up some traps, which we needed a lot of, because soon we would be starting the process of Jackaroo hunting for a very rare Jackaroo hood that we needed. Just make sure you keep that a secret from the person who arrived on the island today.
Orange tent! Animal tent! Move!
As we were introduced to Erwin, the animal conservationist,
It's Steve Irwin!
Oh my god, it is Steve Owen.
who we can get animals from and the supplies needed to take care of them, with Joe purchasing and naming our first Chuck.
I'll give her a home. Oh, I can call him.
What are you gonna name him?
What am I gonna name him? Can we welcome Rambunctious?
Before delivering it to the bird coop and keeping it fed with an animal feeder, where Matt was off doing something weird again. No, not stealing tin from Joe, but spying on John with his camera and delivering the photo to Theodore in some strange deal. But to balance out his strangeness, me and Colm took a photo with it.
Colm.
Yeah?
Come get in this shot with me. Look at the camera. That's in my photo now forever.
Glad to hear it.
And while Colm ventured off for more important tasks, I was focused on adding photos of everyone to my camera collection, travelling out into the desert to snap some of Jacob as well,
Picture day.
where he had spent his day burning the top of his scalp in the desert, as he was out metal detecting for some electrical pieces, which Matt had also managed to come across, but in a different way, as he had figured out that you could destroy the satellites by simply mining it,
Oh, 4 green boards and an old contraption.
using the circuits on a nearby radio tower to repair it.
I'm missing one wire, by the way. I think it's a teleporter. Yeah, we've got to turn the other ones on. Yeah, it's a teleporter.
But we still had to repair the other ones for them to become functional. And yes, before you ask, we tried to search for the Saratoga, we didn't get it. So, we just headed to bed. And after removing a crocodile to make sure our town meets the safety criteria,
Ow, why is she going for me?
You deserve it.
we checked out our newest build.
Oh, look. The gazebo's done.
What's a gazebo?
Karaoke and stuff.
Go on then.
I said maybe.
Before I purchased an upgrade for our house.
Kieran, can you go talk to Fletch and see if you can get a deed to the mine then?
What I can do is I can
and I'm gonna buy myself a house for 100 grand, and then I'll get to your issue after. See, we run a tight ship here. And slotted in the materials for it that we already had on hand. Where next, Jacob and Colm then set off to begin the production of one of the biggest projects so far, collecting as many apples, bush limes and quandongs as they could, planting the ones they found so our orchards would be as big as possible.
I got Guangdong.
Guangdong.
Quandong.
Guangdong.
And then the plan would be to eventually cook them and turn them into jams once it was big enough for some huge profits.
Beep 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 beep.
As trust me, this is just the start. So whilst they started this, Matt was out metal detecting again, searching for more materials and shiny discs, with Joe being the one to do the stalking this time.
Hi.
And helping to speed up the digging process, where after multiple run-ins, multiple failures, Jacob finally pulled it off, as he was clearing a tree for his orchard when he knocked down a beehive, cracking it open where a queen bee popped out, which he did get, but he first of all mistook it for a regular bee,
I'm following a queen bee, I think.
calling me over to let me have it instead. It is a queen bee!
Let's
go!
Oh.
Where I carried the luck of the queen bee over to the billabongs, where it was finally time to get the Saratoga.
Billabong, billabong.
And after being hassled by crocodiles, it felt like it was about time for the billabong to throw me a bone. And it did, as one rare fish did reveal itself, the lungfish. I got lungfish! Which could be caught in any season, but it wasn't the summertime Saratoga that we were looking for, as it still continued to elude me. But it was still a good one ticked off the extensive list of fish we had to catch. Guys, look, lungfish.
Nom 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 nom.
And at this point, the other four had completely given up on the Saratoga, as they were occupied by other objectives, leaving the goal of completing the PDA up to me. But in other news, our house had upgraded from a tent into an actual building,
I've spawned inside the board.
providing us with much more decorating space. And I don't want to spoil it, but near the end, it's going to turn out beautiful.
That's really cool.
So I took the momentum over and spoke to Fletch, who had more deeds available, this time allowing us to construct even more houses which could be rented out to new citizens. And there was 4 total citizens that we needed to lure to our, well, not lure to our town, but move into our town. So I placed down the first one just behind the museum, which was the start of a place that would go on to be known as the Maldinks. And whilst Jacob was crafting away, making himself an animal collection point, he placed it down by the orchard and trapped his first animal, which wasn't going smoothly at first, with the cages just breaking.
No!
So we went back to the drawing board and crafted an upgraded version,
Right, let me try this.
going back for another attempt on the Jackaroos and still struggling a bit.
Go in it. No.
But not because of the trap this time. This was human error now.
Right, left.
He just jumped over it.
Settling for a Diggo instead, and concerningly, still letting it escape somehow.
Oh.
Eventually, he did manage to capture his first animal though, and there's no real way to explain what he did next, but he placed it down and it floated into the sky. Yeah, I'm just as confused as you are. But anyway, Colm then obtained his brewing license to start making some money, crafting some billy can kits and setting them up near the base of the farm and testing them out on some bananas before accidentally making a new discovery.
Matt, this big hammer's better than the pickaxe.
Using his rocks to make some paths to decorate the farm with. And now equipped with this new knowledge of mining with hammers, Joe and Matt tested it out, gathering ores and mainly farming XP to reach level 20 in order to get the deep mining license, which would gain us access to 3 new levels of the mines, with plenty of good loot waiting. So next morning, Joe handed me some money as we were about to upgrade our house even further, before I placed down Maldink house number 2, where Matt was also expanding the town today, installing an actual bridge this time, right next to the wonky sand bridge. Whoa, there's a proper bridge. And after checking it out, I worked on finalising the building materials for both houses, while Joe had enough levels to get the deep mining license, but he was still short of points to buy it, so he was off to work on milestones. And after Jacob and Colm expanded the farm even more, Colm went to John's to sell the first of our produce from our production.
Right, I'm selling 2 honey and my banana jam. How much you think I'm getting?
Dunno.
Making the first gentle step on an incredible journey to come. So they went about prepping the land for even more expansion when the fruit was ready to be harvested, adding some fireplaces to increase their cooking output and completely removing the sand bridge in the process, as we didn't need it anymore, meaning it was a sad day for Matt, who spent his day trying to mine rocks, but his game got some kind of glitch preventing him from doing so.
Found an invincible rock.
So he reloaded, which made us realise something extremely helpful. When a player visits your island, if they deposit items inside of a chest, and then leave and rejoin without sleeping, the game saves their inventory, allowing everything to be doubled.
Wanna dupe everything? Oh, we could dupe queen bees.
Do you reckon it works?
Yes, we're duping. If we get a queen bee, we're duping them.
Oh my god.
However, Matt made it a firm rule to not use this exploit, as the people of the Isle of Fumble probably wouldn't be too happy with us using black magic. But being completely transparent, as mayor of the Isle of Fumble, I was tempted.
If you get the chance to dupe, you take it every single time, you don't ask questions.
But with the black magic behind us, we awoke in a new spacious house again.
You all woke up away from your bed, look at Colin.
And I got the third rental house ready for construction, meaning the Maldinks was approaching completion, so I checked on the community board for anything interesting, where there was a task for hunting down an alpha crocodile that we simply couldn't resist. But before that, the black magic came up again, as Jacob and Colin went off bee hunting, as they were in my ear trying to convince me to allow them to duplicate beehives, to create an area for the farm, as they would have to catch a queen bee every single time. And I'm not a corrupt mayor, but again, I was tempted. But when they returned from bug collecting, they figured out that they could load their extra dirt into the wheelbarrow, revealing its true potential. So instead of having to create dirt towers everywhere, they proceeded to use this to speed up the terraforming of the farmland. And then it was time for the alpha crocodile, who was an intimidating one with his slam attacks, but not for me.
I'm riding him, lick him up.
As we had to play it safer than the previous one, as one hit from his massive AoE attack meant going down instantly, which happened a lot. But we continued to revive each other and took down the massive beast.
He's stunned. Yeah!
Collecting its alpha scale as a reward. So we went back to base, where Matt had found that our chuck had laid its first egg. Jacob was back hunting jackaroos, Colin continued to add pathing to the farm, and I was back at the billabongs, where that alpha croco was clearly the key, as he had been eating all of the Saratogas.
Wait, that's it!
As tonight, I finally managed to reel it in.
Yes! Saratoga!
Heading to the town centre to put it on display and sleeping, victorious. And almost like a reward for my victory, Clover was back today, with a brand new hat for Joe and a ninja shirt for Matt.
A ninja outfit? Do I look cool or what?
Yes, you do, Matt.
You look really cool, man.
And I went to gather some shells for her to earn even more hearts, attempting to get her to move here permanently, before I paid off our debts
Look at you, eh?
Thinks he owns the place.
and set up the fourth and final guest house.
All we can do is get another gaff.
Yeah.
Completing the foundation of the Maldinks. Now all we'd have to do was decorate the interiors and put up rental signs, praying that someone will actually want to live here, especially with John knocking about. But then, for the first time, Jacob checked his mail,
Oh, I haven't read any of my letters.
which he probably should have done sooner, as it was now overflowing with all the rewards from hunting jackaroos. But there was no hood to be found, and if you were wondering, the hood is an incredibly rare drop that comes from either trapping them or killing them. And with Erwin breathing down his neck, he spent his day trapping them, going for the pacifist route. For some reason, Erwin's fine with him releasing them to the sky, but killing them's too far. Where today, the apples were also ready, so Colin went to work harvesting all of them, trying to cook them on fireplaces, which was definitely not up to scratch in terms of safety regulations.
Can someone come res me? I died at the campfires.
He's face down in the water.
So Joe picked him up and he went back to work, a bit more cautiously this time, and selling them for an overall decent profit, before returning to harvest the wheat which had finished growing. And with the task of completing the pedia on me now, I was in search of a lacewing today, which I was struggling to find, so I called in some help to assist me in finding it.
Who needed a lace wing, Kieran?
Me. Have you got one? Like,
Did you need to catch it or?
yeah, I need to capture it.
Discovering one in the desert which I rushed over to catch.
I found a lace wing. Kieran, come to me now.
Yeah!
Bang.
Yeah!
With Jacob then finding a boofhead catfish.
Yeah, come over. Because I found a boofhead catfish.
Oh!
So I ran back over to him to catch that as well. And with the pair of them impressing me in their bug and fish finding skills, the plan going forward is when they were finished with any of their work, they would join me in tracking down any more fish, bugs and critters for my pedia.
I found a centipede.
Shut up, man. Move on.
And to finish off the day, Matt crafted 4 more grain mills and used them to process all of the wheat that Colin had harvested down into flour. But we were still very far away from all the ingredients that we would need. And with a new tent revealing a new visitor, this time being Franklin the scientist, who could turn our shiny discs into money and research vehicles. But it doesn't stop there, as he also sold blueprints.
What blueprint?
Helpful for learning every crafting recipe as a prerequisite for another achievement. So I scooped up all of the shiny discs that we had found and traded them in for 500,000 dinks. which was insane.
We might want to get Franklin here ASAP. For all them shiny discs, I got 500 grand.
And I let it go to my head immediately, doing a nice thing first by paying off the town's debt, and then buying a house customization kit for 30 grand and completely redesigning my house.
What?
And it seems someone else wasn't handling the influx of cash well either, as Jacob snuck off and buried some bee houses in a chest deep underground, and then coincidentally crashed
No, I lagged out.
until he had 15 of them, which I chose to let slide. Listen, I'm the mayor of Fair. I've got to think about the future of the Isle of Fumble, and the extra money was not gonna hurt. So Jacob then got on with his day, and John was back being weird again, trading clothes with him. But he did manage to get himself a new space helmet, which he wanted to show off.
And all I had to do was take my shorts off.
That's too far.
Before going back to hunting and juggling the animal cages. Colm then improved his brewing area, adding some more billy can kits and some kegs that he'd crafted, using certain resources to create brews for an even larger profit. And after getting them set up, it was revealed that Colm is also an accomplice of this corruption, as Jacob handed in the bee houses to place discreetly out of sight from the townsfolk,
Alright, Colm, here you go.
to keep their illegal honey operation a secret. So blissfully unaware, Joe was obtaining more milestones, acquiring the deep mine license.
Alright, Kieran. I've bought the deep mining license.
And unfortunately for him, this didn't unlock the deed for me.
No deed.
Ah!
So he was going to have to wait for me to grind the mining XP myself before he could explore the underground. So of course, after learning his place in the food chain, he went to bed sulking. So continuing to spread the wealth, Jacob took a house kit and customised one of the Maldinks houses,
I'm gonna go design a house.
turning it into a purple cube.
What have you done?
Oh, that's a good house.
Not exactly what you want to see on Rightmove, but after checking his mail, he wouldn't get lucky yet as no HUD presented itself, meaning he was back to trapping using all of the cages that he had at his disposal, deciding that he'd had enough of them, and ignoring Erwin's constant pleas, he just started killing them, as he was getting worried about how rare this HUD might actually be. But I was off mining, as again, I am the mayor of Fair, and I didn't want to leave Joe waiting too long.
Well, you can lead me to some things to punch with my mine thing.
Using the hammer for a slight increase in efficiency.
Do you want this instead?
This thing one-shots it?
Pretty sure this does as well. Oh no, 2 shot. It is quicker.
Oh man, you're washed.
So whilst I carried on my grind, I passed by Matt who dropped me off a green hoodie.
Oh Matt, have you got that green hoodie? Oh yeah. I'm not going to sell this to John, no matter how much money he gives me.
Who had started completing requests for the people living here, hoping to gain favour with them all, and also probably try and replace me as the town mayor, as he wasn't exactly a fan of the corruption that was taking place right in the underbelly of town. But still unaware, Joe then customised his Maldink home himself, giving it a dome room and a red and gold design.
Oh Joe, yours is even worse. Jacob, go look at Joe's gaff. It looks like that M4 skin from CS. You know, like Shantico's fire.
Creating a perfect look for any island home, making sure to take care of his chuck as well, before he found a blue-ringed octopus in the river next to it.
There's an octopus here, Kieran.
What?
I've got an octopus.
Little blue ring one.
Blue ring.
The blue ring.
Blue.
Blue ring.
My lovely blue ring.
Something I was having trouble finding, and also had trouble trying to catch it.
He's way too fast. You have to like jump on him, dive down straight away. Right, he's stuck like here. There you go.
Come here.
Right, hold on. I'll stop him from going into the ocean.
No, it's alright, Matt.
Colm then continued to maintain and improve his farm, adding in some extra crates to store and organise the items when they were ready for brewing after the harvest, where after a tough day's work, he could then head to bed,
What are you up to over here?
The guy's locked in on jam, mate.
as we had no more nighttime fish to catch until next season, meaning we could start going to sleep earlier than 1 AM. And today, that extra sleep would be needed, as it was time for the fishing contest, as Max the fisherman had arrived on the island.
Oh, Max, the fisherman, or the fishing contest.
And if you've seen Stardew Valley, you'll know how seriously we take these contests. So we read the rulebook, learning that our goal would be to catch as many barracudas as possible.
Once you've signed up and the competition has started, catch as many barracuda as you can. Barracudas are worth 1 point.
But the catch would be you have to bring it back here to log your score before 4 PM.
You have to update the comp logbook
as long as it's before 4 PM, with the top 3 winners getting a reward for their efforts. So we all purchased the competitive fishing rod, waited at the docks, and when the clock struck 9, we all raced off, with Colm, Joe and Matt being stuck on land, and me and Jacob using an advantage by stealing the boats.
1 minute.
The fishing contest commence, with Jacob sailing straight to the deep ocean, aiming to find some unexplored territory, with Colm doing something similar, but since he had no boat, it would be a bit harder, as he had to find some rocks to perch himself up on. So whilst I used my boat in a slightly different way, sabotaging Joe, you can cut the tension with a knife. I've got my first fish on. I've got a big image of it on my second monitor.
Metagaming. Oh, I right-clicked by accident.
Oh wait, there's a spare one there that you're just going to let me have, yeah? Go on. Oh my god, the barracuda's coming for mine.
No.
He then retaliated by sabotaging me right back, so we began to feel the pressure. Joe, you really going to sink yours and mine, just because I took one barracuda?
Whoa.
Why did it just get so blue all of a sudden? It's double XP.
Not a catfish.
As we were running out of time and we were scared of missing the deadline.
Feels like that, what's that show? The Deadliest Catch or whatever.
I'm actually like shaking. I really want to win this. It's like when I do jigsaw puzzles, my heart goes racing.
You are racist in jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, it's over for you guys.
Why?
I just caught my first one.
So we all rushed back to log our scores.
I'm shaking now, I'm getting nervous, so I have to go back. There's a barracuda there, but I can't risk it.
Where Matt tried to block the entrance to the tent again after logging his singular catch.
Matt's trying to sabotage us.
But sadly it didn't stop us. Where the results were in, and with Joe in third with 7 points, and me in second with 10, it meant that Jacob had barely beaten me by a single point in first place.
Well, the top 3 contestants get a prize.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
But I still commemorated it as the best day of my life.
Best day of my life. That was best day of my life, I can't lie. Not even in Dinkum either.
Really?
Damn. She was not happy with that.
Not the greatest timing, I'll admit. But my attention was quickly distracted as Jacob had created a podium.
Oh, wow.
Grab the camera.
And the 3 winners took their places, photographing and immortalising the moment to be remembered.
Joe, come on.
Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yes. He's looking at Jacobs admirably.
Before we went to sleep after an exhausting day, where the morning after, Matt spoke to Fletch, accepting a deal for a panda hood which he tried to show off.
Oh, dang.
But we were too busy enjoying the prizes that we'd received in the mail, getting a bronze, silver and gold trophy.
I got a bronze fishing trophy.
Oh my god, we get
We
trophies.
get actual trophies.
Taking some more photos before it was time to get back to the real work.
Why do you always look up at Jacob? Oh, you two are like well cute looking at each other right now.
Where I had finally got round to purchasing myself a new mining license since I had hit level 20 mining, and finally getting the deep mining license.
Yeah.
Collecting the deed that we had been waiting for, and putting us in a nice 250,000 dink debt.
Oh, it's a hefty fee.
But that was nothing we couldn't handle at this point, so I set it up nice and central, and Joe worked on the materials for it, leaving me to focus on fishing, while Jacob was off hunting more jackaroos, and him and I noticed a strange beeping sound.
Hear a strange sound. Is that just me who's got that, or has everyone got that?
Before more of us started to hear it,
That's him. That's the guy.
with Joe discovering what it was.
Oh, found him. He's right next to Colm.
It was coming from a secret agent who had appeared in our town, and he was passing through to offer us some special items, and we couldn't resist the pet rock,
Go pet rock.
displaying them around the town and in our home.
Have a look at this.
And after he was done with his requests for the day, Matt continued to decorate using some furniture to spruce up one of the interiors of the rental houses, hoping it would increase the appeal, with Colm collecting resources and crafting lots of items, converting 400 of the stones he had gathered into 1,700 brick paths to decorate the town with.
If anyone needs stone paths, come to me. I got 1,696.
Also, replacing all of the old rock paths he had built around the farm with them, where today Franklin was back again.
Franklin's back. Franklin's back.
Who's Franklin?
So I worked on the process of getting him to move in by selling him a carp and buying a repair kit for when we had the repair table ready, going off with Joe to work on critter collecting, while Matt got a head start on working on his relationship with Franklin whilst he was here for the day, also adding more decorations to the rental house he had furnished yesterday, before stopping off at the community board to pick up some requests, as these boost hearts with the villagers, so he accepted one for an alpha Jackaroo.
Ooh.
Alpha Jackaroo.
which we'll set off to hunt shortly. But first, Colin worked on getting us a repair table from Franklin, mining the resources and finding a fossil, which he brought back to sell to John by weighing it on his scale for a good profit.
Oh, 64k. Thanks, John.
And once he had the materials ready, he handed them over to me to put in the order with Franklin, before checking what license he should get next.
The commerce license, the holder will receive 5% more when selling items. Oh, I need 700 more and I can get 10% extra.
And speaking of profit, over in John's shop, I was stocking up on tomatoes for a quick energy boost, continuing to blow through the money from the shiny discs, before Joe prepared us with some weapons and we set off to hunt the Alpha Jackaroo,
I'm just out here looking for my kiwis.
with Colm arriving there first.
I found a really big animal.
Or at least he thought he did, thinking that this thing was the Alpha,
He's going in the water.
and becoming confused as to why it wasn't attacking him back.
Guys, I think he's friendly. He is. I'm stood in front of his face and he's not doing anything.
But we killed it anyway for a quick warm-up,
We're killing it.
before turning our attention to the Jackaroo Alpha. And with 5 hammers, this thing didn't really stand a chance,
Stunlock him.
since it was constantly stunned in place.
Down he goes.
So we took its antler for a prize and returned home, where for some reason Rain decided to make the return trip to the Isle of Fumble today. So I did a quest for her and bought everything she was selling. Maybe that's why. But the farming would have to wait for now, as the construction of the mines had finished. Heading into John's, I bought a mine pass from his store, which was a required item to gain entry to the mines, as well as a rental sign which he was selling, adding it to the undecorated Maldinks home.
Oh wow, oh my god.
Before it was time for us to enter the elevator,
Deep mine.
Take it one step at a time.
not all prepared, and descending to the deep mines.
The elevator is set to deep mine. Should I use a mine pass for a trip down? Here we go.
Where after stepping out of the elevator, we realised just how dark it is down here.
This place is dangerous.
We probably should have brought some torches, but continued into the darkness regardless,
Can't see.
finding glowing mushrooms
Oh lord, mushroom.
and lots of resource deposits of copper and tin, where iron became even more prominent.
What's this? Is this iron?
Ooh.
But with the higher rewards meant a higher risk, and there were these bush devils hiding in the darkness.
There's another one.
Wait, the monster.
Get him.
Oh my lord.
Get him.
As well as bats
The bat.
and bioluminescent crocodiles.
Crocodile.
There was also a new type of ore we discovered, which we could bring back to the elevator to break into ruby shards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rubies.
Useful for a variety of things, from making money to crafting better weapons, and most importantly, allowing us to descend to deeper levels. One of these ruby ores also gave us a perfect ruby, which was even more valuable. Then we also went on to find glow bugs down here to add to my collection.
Blowbug.
And whilst exploring, we would need to keep an eye out for the anglerfish. So we continued to loot all the ores we could, finding a strange bat otter,
Oh, what is this?
What is that?
rusted vehicles,
Another broken car.
and then stumbling upon some ancient ruins, circling around it and finding an entrance which was locked. But luckily, Matt kept some keys on him, so he opened it up,
I've used the key.
finding a chest in the centre, containing some interesting loot, before he began to make his way back, as he had gotten lost, which caused him to find the anglerfish by accident by the ruins.
Anglerfish.
Wait, really? Can I come fish it up?
Where I began making my way over, trying to navigate through the confusing maze-like structure of the caves, taking a slightly different route and popping out just behind the rocks. But luckily, I was able to cast my line right through.
Oh. Can I fish through this gap? Imagine. Oh my god, I'm getting it through the wall.
And catch the anglerfish,
Boom. The deep fish.
marking another entry in my pedia. So we made our way back to the elevator to get out of here before it got too late. However, Joe had gotten a bit carried away, causing us to overstay our welcome, leading to the caves rumbling and emitting radiation,
But I'm nowhere near you guys.
dealing consistent damage to Joe, who barely made it back in time.
This is so intense right now.
No, down. To your right.
I can't go that way. I know. Whew.
Take us home.
But with all of us making it back into the elevator safely, we headed home and headed to bed, where once we woke up, we still felt a bit under the weather from the radiation poisoning, so we all collectively decided to just go straight back to bed, never even making it to the outside today. But after a much deserved rest, we were all feeling much better, so we were back to work, with me receiving the repair table today, so I set it up in our workstation area, and it turned out to be even better than we were expecting.
You use one repair kit on this table and it repairs every
everything in your pockets. As everyone handed me their damaged tools, and I used the repair kit to restore everything to full health. If I go here, hopefully it's not just my hotbar. It's not. Oh my god. Where besides me, Joe constructed a windmill which would improve the efficiency of machines near it, speeding them up. And then he decorated the area around our workstation with some of the glowing mushrooms, before working on some stronger weapons and testing them out.
Come out here, I've got something to show you.
Oh my god. Where today, the Maldinks welcomed its first tenant, as Forrest had moved in. The house is being rented out. Oh, Forrest has arrived. So Matt added her to her list of people to complete favours for before digging up for some treasure in the afternoon after all of his quests were completed. While Colm and Jacob were back to their scheming, harvesting a massive supply of apples and limes which had grown.
It's grown.
What, the limes?
The limes and the crodongs. The limes and the crodongs.
Cooking them both and heading to John's to sell them, alongside the honey that was also done, giving our overall economy a massive boost.
Right, I'm selling 23 lime jams and 524 apples with a 10% bonus. 303k.
So I spoke to Fletch, who was happy with our growing progress, so she unlocked the deed for the bank. Our economy's good. It might be time for us to build a bank, which would allow us to deposit our money for safekeeping or convert it into points for licenses. But we would have to save up a massive fortune first before doing that, so I found a spot for it just across the bridge on a new patch of land. Jacob was then back to hunting for jackaroos, as he still didn't have any luck finding the hood, so Joe collected mangrove sticks from the swamp to craft even more animal traps, dropping them off for Jacob to hopefully improve the odds of getting it. But at this point, so many had been hunted down that he was even struggling to find them, venturing further across the land and setting up more animal collection points. And I wanted to plant more trees, but was struggling to figure out how to drop the seeds. Slightly less of an issue, but my first attempt was using the hoe to plough the land and attempting to plant the tree seeds on top of it, where Joe informed me of the correct method. How do you bury a seed, Joe? A tree seed?
Dig it up with your shovel, put the seed in, and then just put the whatever you dug up back on top.
But I still couldn't do it, so I tracked him down for a lesson in planting trees. I'm gonna plant a tree.
Put your seed in that, mate.
Press Q and place the seed in the hole.
Q would have helped, right? The button.
You know how to drop things on the floor. It's the same as Minecraft. It's the same as every game. Every game we play. Every single game in the world. The majority of games use Q.
Passing with flying colours and planting plenty around the farm. I didn't know the button.
Use your damn brain.
I was sat here trying to press mouse 1 in about 8 different ways for the last 10 minutes.
Shut up.
Adding paths around it made of brick and paving down into the town and surrounding areas, connecting it all together, where Colm designed the exterior of Forrest's new home.
I mean, it would help if I could see which colour I'm choosing, but you know.
The only one that was left undecorated, before hunting down some bottle brush flowers, needed for specific brews, where he grew a bit grumpy near night time.
Matt, why are you never giving anything to me?
He's getting well insecure.
Everyone else has been given something but me.
So just before the day ended, Matt used the wishing well to make a wish. No, not to bring Colm more cloves, but to activate the dangerous wish effect, doubling the animal drop chance and increasing the likelihood of finding an NPC he was searching for at the simple cost of animals doing more damage to us.
Pockets are full? What do you mean?
Why did that fish get split?
When he throws a fish into the wall.
Oh, and there goes summer, eh?
Flew by.
And in unrelated reasons, but still lucky too. What? Barber, we met Sally today. Oh, Sally. And since we wanted her to move in permanently, we all got some new haircuts to show her how much we valued her service, with Jacob and Joe dyeing their hair. Jacob specifically bringing back some past nightmares for us all.
Oh, he's back! He's back.
No.
Get rid of him.
But luckily, the pain stopped quickly as we got distracted by the bank being finished, where we were introduced to Milburn, who was also new.
Wait, there's someone here. His name's Milburn.
And he told Colm all about what he was bringing to the island.
Colm, I assume? Yes, that's me, buddy. My name is Milburn. I'm the new banker. Any dinks you deposit in the bank will slowly accrue interest.
And afterwards, since Colm couldn't sell any of the items he wanted to today, as John's shop wasn't open on a Sunday,
No, John's not open yet.
John's not open on Sundays.
What?
he chose to hide away in the mine elevator. So me and Matt returned to style our hair, with Matt getting something that looked absolutely atrocious. And I didn't do much better either. Also dyeing our hair in our respective colours.
Got like a Jimmy Neutron haircut now.
Before we were back to a fairly regular day, bug catching, questing and hunting animals down. Whilst out on his travels, Jacob heard something out of the ordinary.
I heard a whistle.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And we all rushed over to track it down, with Joe finding the source out in the woods.
Found him.
An NPC called Ted Selly,
Ted Selly.
who we could purchase even more powerful weapons from, but the materials were a bit expensive.
The Star Saber. Yeah.
And initially, we were a bit worried, wondering if he was one of the NPCs we'd have to get 5 hearts with.
I dropped a spider on someone. Ah!
But since he only passed through occasionally and didn't actually move here permanently, we got lucky this time. So we all headed back, deciding to try and get some late night mining in.
There's some trims on show in here, isn't there? Wow.
Before realising that it would be far too dangerous, remembering what happened to us last time. So we wasted a mining pass and came straight back up, earning us another achievement to end the day. So early on this morning, I visited Fletch, who told us how well things were going.
Oh, guys, with our current population, South City has officially recognised Isle of Fumble as a settlement. That means we can upgrade the base tent into a real town hall.
Right. Do it and I'll pay for it.
Fletch is going to cover the costs herself, mate. She's got it.
And offered us a gift for how much we'd been helping her.
The golden Jackaroo statue for Jacob, that innit? They're just mugging him off.
Placing it down in the centre of town, where John's store was open again today, meaning Colm could sell everything that he was holding onto, netting himself nearly 500,000 dinks, pushing our total earnings on the Isle of Fumble way over the 1 million mark.
Achievement completed and 1,000 dinks. And 1,000,000 dinks.
So he handed it to me to store safely in the bank, since we'd be returning to the underground soon, reaching a huge milestone for 1,000 points, where I went to fetch Fletch the materials for building our town hall, and then tried improving my relationships with some of the residents. But before Colm could finish reorganising the farm, we were back in the mine again.
I walked in on something.
This time using our ruby shards and going deeper than we went before, to the undergrove.
Boom.
Which was overgrown with moss and foliage.
Oh, this is brighter, isn't it?
But the light source down here wouldn't be lasting long, as we'd be taking them, as they'd make for some great decorations around town.
You can pick them up. Pick up the lanterns. Just take them home.
Ransack the whole place.
As well as also stealing the glowing bushes that were down here. And unlike light sources, tin and copper seemed sparse on these floors.
I bet there's no tin down here, is there?
No.
But there was a ton of iron at least. But the increase in iron brought an increase in dangers that was certainly keeping us honest whilst down here.
There's worms.
Such as these lizards and spitting plants.
Oh my god, that does so much damage.
Causing a few of us to die.
Ow. Kieran.
But instead of rubies, we found emerald shards on this floor, cracking open as many as we could find before getting out of there on time, where we decorated our town with our newfound lamps and glow bushes, placing them all along the paths, which made the town turn out quite beautiful at night. And then we went to sleep happy with how things were looking. So Matt continued to decorate the town today with some flowers that he got from completing favours, before transforming the sand around the staircase, aiming to add some more space for some more animals that we would need, where I was off to start bug hunting again, as since it was a new season, it meant new creatures to catch. So I found a fiddler beetle on my way to the plains.
Oh, I got a fiddler beetle.
Where I also caught a meadow catty did? We'll leave that one. Returning it to Rain to complete her favour.
She gave me a fruit salad.
Yummy, yummy.
Which unlocked the deed for her to move in.
Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy, doo-doo-doo.
So I placed her shop down in the new financial district, which is where most of our shops would be going, completing the materials and then carrying on with my fishing. So whilst I hunted down the new fish for the season, Joe had then purchased another rental sign, placing it down outside of Jacob's purple cube, before going off to repair another one of these towers, allowing him to teleport back home, fixing the other two and getting our teleportation network fully online. And after another day of Jacob capturing another dozen jackaroos, Colm increased the scale of our farming production again, adding some extra bee houses, of course he did, kegs and even more trees, before blocking out some new plots with paths to finish off the day, where after all the pain and suffering, Jacob's prayers were finally answered, getting the Jackaroo hood in his mail. And it suited him perfectly.
Oh, it keeps my trim! Yeah!
No, the trim comes around the side of it.
So he let out his frustrations on a nearby Jackaroo with the hood equipped to finally put this achievement to rest.
Have this! Yeah!
Again, again, just keep the footage away from Erwin. And with this huge achievement out of the way, we then met a new person who had moved in today. So after giving them the tour, Colin then gave Jacob a tour of the new farming additions to get him back in the loop.
Jacob.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That would be a nice little money maker, though, that.
Before we decided to call it a night and went to bed early to celebrate. But the celebrations wouldn't stop there, as today, the new town hall had officially been built.
Look at the
This Island
building.
of Fumble. This is
Oh,
that's actually sick.
Oh, it's cool. She's got a little rug. She got a desk and how.
And Rain had also moved in.
Oh, that looks sick. There's a greenhouse in front of your trees.
the greenhouse.
That's cool.
Setting up a greenhouse where we could purchase a wider range of seeds, before Jacob and Colin
Right, the Quandadons.
were back to excavating the land around the farm, with Jacob then cooking hundreds of apples on the barbecue,
Only 484 more to go.
and Colin setting up the rows of billy can kits after finding a good spot for them, where I then decided to check out the legitimate farming operation to see the progress my hard workers had been making. Proud to see that the bee area had continued to grow larger in my absence.
Have you not seen how many beehives there are?
Did you dupe them again, yeah?
Well, I didn't.
No, you got a load of queen bees.
So I helped them out and picked the fruit, heading to John's to get a shovel for replanting, where I spotted another rental sign.
Oh, another rental sign.
Oh,
A bit.
Getting the pink house ready for a new homeowner before I got back to planting trees. And since Joe was still not in the loop and lost on what to do, he focused on making the cooking collection achievements his prime objective, especially since he was already on chicken duty, not doing very well though, as Rambunctious has been ill for about 30 days now.
He's ill at the minute. I don't know how to fix him. I've been brushing him all day.
But he continued to ignore that problem and started looking through the recipes and making a note of every ingredient needed, being gifted some red shoes from Matt.
Wow. Thank you, Matt. Got some red shoes.
let me guess, you giving other people gifts again.
Before it was time to hit the hair, where Jacob would do some nighttime inspections.
What's my corruption percentage right now?
It's 51. 0? I'm at a 73. Oh, it broke.
And after we all passed, the tree planting continued today, working together to make the process even faster.
Should we get a, dare I say, min-maxi with it today?
Where we then saw that River had moved into the pink house.
Who's this bozo?
So Colm set up the final rental sign before I checked for any new deeds, where there was one for a bell tower.
We have the deed for the town bell, 125k in debt.
Choosing to put it as central as possible, and then continuing to think about how we could expand our land, landing on the decision to get rid of Matt's staircase. Not a popular decision with him, but one that had to be made. So we took it down and filled the land in, as well as adding some under the edges of the bridge to connect them to the land smoothly, instead of just looking like they were floating.
That is also fine. Awesome.
Where Joe made a start on his shopping list, trying to buy some seeds from Rain's greenhouse, but it was shut, so he ploughed some plots of land around the greenhouse in advance. And now with it open, he bought the 40 sugarcane seeds he wanted, watered the soil and filled it in, choosing to then organise the food chests, before gaining a conscience and trying to fix his chicken, where it had been a miracle that he'd made it this far. Before over in the Maldinks, the final rental house then got a new occupant.
Mason's got a very unique style.
Meaning Matt could get to work on getting them all to 5 hearts, where during this process, he received a hero mask from one of them for completing their task. And with Colm working on his landscaping still, he found an amber in the dirt, which he sold to John. And out in the wild, I had full focus on my pedia again, starting with some fishing, finding a small and hard to spot anchovy in the ocean, before returning to land to find more bugs in the desert.
Cat slippers for... Oh, he slipped the net.
Where it was back to some nighttime fishing, hopefully not as hard as the Saratoga, where tonight ended up being a special night as there was a meteor shower in the sky.
The shooting stars, Jacob. Why is the sky red?
Meteor shower.
Could really use a wish right now.
With Joe spotting an explosion in the distance,
What was that?
What was that?
It just crashed.
investigating the site and finding a meteorite, so he brought it back safely, where everyone was gathering in the town centre today, as it was time for the first Skye Fest on the island, where there would be kite making activities and a fun game to play. So whilst they worked on setting this up, we had some time to kill.
Oh, it's going off in here.
Having a little jig right now.
So we spent it bug catching, tracking down an abnormally huge butterfly,
This thing.
Oh, that is it. That is it. That is it.
That thing's massive.
Why is it so big?
And a new type of dragonfly, where back over by the farmland, Joe was watering his crops and Colm lit up the area, where just enough time had passed and it was time for the festivities.
Take this. I've got a kite to make.
So we talked to Fletch and each received our kite kits, except for Jacob, who I was starting to think Fletch didn't really like that much.
Am I not allowed to fly a kite? What? Give me the kite kit. Wait, how do I get it?
You just speak to her.
No, that don't work.
Yeah, I spoke to her to get me the kite kit straight away.
You know, for the gleamingly obvious reason. So the rest of us made a kite, with me painting mine in green, which could be used in the upcoming event. There was also an opportunity for another achievement, garnered by shooting down 10 flying lanterns using a slingshot. And believe it or not, we'd done no research for this event, so we were just hoping that the slingshot would be given to us.
We don't have a slingshot.
Before realising and doing some actual research, learning that the slingshot was only attainable in the mines.
Oh, it's our slingshot.
I said it's in the deep mines.
Meaning we just have to wait until next year's Skye Fest for the achievement. So we just enjoyed the event as Fletch intended, using our kites to pop the lanterns, which dropped some tickets that could be used for prizes. So Jacob began stealing some where he could.
Has Jacob just been going around stealing all our tickets?
You spawn camping me. No!
And once the event was over, we turned the tickets in for some prizes, getting a tinfoil hat, a pinwheel, a banana lamp, balloons and a disco ball, and a new wallpaper that Joe added to our house, which I wasn't exactly a fan of.
You'll be sleeping on the cold hard floor if you don't pack it in, mate. Let me out here.
No.
I'll take this elsewhere then.
Until we were both distracted as the Aurora had come out in full display. So we enjoyed it while doing some bug hunting, while Matt was crafting a larger animal store and adding it to the animal area before returning home and handing me a frog hood.
Matt, you are my favourite.
So whilst I enjoyed the new piece of clothing, I sent Jacob and Joe off to search for some new bugs for me, whilst I was off donating all of the new things we were catching to the museum, selling off the spares before work on the farm continued.
Fill me in, Colin. Where's the Great Apple expansion going then? Is it this land over here?
Yeah.
As we wanted to be making millions each harvest.
We got a lot of construction to do.
Fill it in.
And as word of the corruption began to spread around the town, Jacob wore a new bandana today.
Oh my god. He's got the belly on.
In order to lay low and keep eyes off of the illegal honey operation.
All the citizens in the Isle of Fumble are under NDA. Strict NDA though, which is great.
And speaking of the honey operation, his accomplice received his first piece of clothing today.
I've got you a gift,
No.
The day has come.
and I think it really suits you.
It better be something good, Matt. Oh, yes.
Where the next day started with the town bell being finished, so Joe gave it a ring which revealed its purpose,
Give it a whirl, girl.
It does show everyone on the map.
showing the location of all the NPCs on the map. And this would help out Matt a lot, as he was now able to track them down faster to complete his quests quicker. So whilst he got on with that, we were back to the money making, as after arriving on the farm for the day, I noticed that the beehive collection had suspiciously grown again. So whilst the honey was being processed, we marked out an area for an even bigger expansion, planning to fill it with even more apple trees once they were ready to harvest.
I'm itching to plant.
Yes.
And with all this construction going on, Joe could have made himself useful, but he was off making another ugly sand bridge by one of the towers. So to counteract the laziness from Joe, Jacob installed another windmill on the farm to speed up the rate of turning the fruit into jam, adding a second one for our honey, where we also added some extra barbecues in a ring, creating an efficient method of cooking them faster, proceeding to then widen the path through the farm, incorporating the radio tower with it, leaving Colm to sit on the bridge and simply admire what he had built.
Column's in like an episode right now.
And despite the bad weather this morning, we were actually looking forward to it, because someone new was sailing into town today. So Joe called Matt over to the tower.
Matt, come with me. Got someone new for you to meet.
What?
And they teleported out to the sea, surfing over to a trail of smoke they could see in the distance.
Don't leave me. I don't need your boat. Look at me go.
And boarding the ship, meeting Jimmy for the first time, a rare NPC who sold an assortment of very exotic items, including a glider, and these were way out of our price range for now.
Oh my god, Joe, look.
Oh my god, how much that cost?
800k, I can't buy it.
But it's all good, because we were only here for the coffee beans for now, choosing to return when we have more to offer, as he offered a second benefit. If you can bring him items over stacks of 50, he'll give you even more money for them. So spurred on and motivated by that, back back at the farm, the apples had finished growing.
The apples have grown.
So we all went to work harvesting them, before moving to the expansion and laying them down one at a time, allowing Colm to then come through and plant all the trees. So whilst I left them to work on that, I visited Erwin again, stopping by to purchase us a new chicken, naming this one James, getting us an achievement because this was the name of the developer. And for some reason I was confused as to why Erwin was even here, as by now surely someone's informed him of what Jacob was doing just days ago. But anyway, I wasn't complaining, as it was time to get him moved in, as now he wanted to stay here permanently. So we placed his barn near the farming area where it would fit in with the aesthetic.
Put it on this raised bit, yeah. It's perfect for it, mate.
Oh yeah, actually it is.
So finally doing something a little bit productive, Joe then returned to Jimmy in the afternoon, buying himself a board that allowed him to swim a bit faster, before returning and beginning to do some farming, planting the coffee beans in the ground alongside the rice in the river, where Rain would assist Joe in maintaining the crops by watering them when she wasn't working, where day 40 we'd be getting another person to move in back to back with Erwin.
Oh my god, we can get a twofer. Please don't give me a stupid quest like last time when you tried to get me a large fried egg.
As today, after getting him some mangrove sticks, Franklin decided it was enough to move in.
Give me egg fried rice. Boom, Franklin acquired.
So whilst we unlocked the deed, there was a debate over where to set his lab up.
Where should we put the lab, Joe? Walk with me.
Do you reckon we move this?
Oh, that is a shout. Do you have an actual animal area yet?
No.
Oh, yes! Get it moved.
Deciding to put it where the animals were, moving them over to Erwin's barn, as it seemed that that would be a much better location for them, where it then became time to descend to the deepest levels of the mines.
I do have a mine pass when we want to indulge.
Dropping to the Earth's core and stepping out into the hot, a massive chasm filled with lava.
Cooked, mate.
Hot.
Dude, he said the name of the achievement.
Where slipping into the lava would certainly spell your end.
Yeet. I can't get up. I can't get back up.
Matt's dead. Matt's burning alive.
No.
I hope you lose all your stuff as well.
And initially, we couldn't find any ores down here, but we did find some jugs filled with water.
Is that a water jug, Colm?
And we figured out that if you threw these onto the lava, you could then walk across it safely.
Well, it doesn't work in there, so Oh!
Oh my word. Oh, I understand it now.
So with our new knowledge, we carried on exploring, running into some magma slimes that were spawning out of the lava.
Yeah, we need to stick together then in this biome. Slimes!
Magma cubes.
Before making our way cautiously to a big stack of water jugs.
Over there.
Oh my god, there's look how many there is.
Finding a new type of threat hiding amongst the stash.
What the hell is that? It's a little guy.
Who was easy enough to take down on its own, but in numbers, these things become a little bit of a problem, as we'll find out soon enough. But on our travels, we also found a brand new ore, called Baconium, which would be used to craft even more advanced equipment, but it requires a blast furnace to smelt, which we could only get from Franklin, so we kept on exploring, with plenty of accidents occurring along the way.
Colm, help, behind you.
I don't know which way it is.
Colm, behind you. Oh,
You dead?
hey. Burning.
But in the end, we really didn't come across anything else, as we were running out of time, so we opted to get out of here and try again next time, where this morning someone we hadn't seen before showed up again.
Ooh,
Someone.
hold on.
Carpenter. The carpenter.
This time being Melvin, who came here to sell us his furniture, who may or may not have been related to Jacob.
Jacob's dad.
Dude.
Same trim and everything.
So we started working on his friendship right away, as he was going to take a whole lot longer than the others to convince to stay here.
You need a full heart
A full heart.
and spend 800 gold.
So whilst I got to work on him, Matt was out there doing tasks for other people, using the spare furniture he had to begin decorating some of the interiors of the other rented houses. And whilst our interior still needed some furnishing, it would have to be another day.
Thy Lord in heaven.
My Lord in heaven.
No, thy Lord.
No.
Thy Lord
Thy
in
Lord
heaven.
Please bless this barn when come.
Please bless this
Bless
barn
this barn
when come.
it come.
For prosperous life and long-standing
Yo,
structure.
you gotta do short sentences.
Nah, you lot never prayed before.
Amen.
As we enjoyed the sunset on our roof before bedtime. But when we woke up, it was finally time to stop putting it off and organise the inside of our house.
Why is there poo on the inside of the house?
Starting with Jacob clearing everything out, allowing us to start from scratch, and tinkering with some different layouts, using our dividers as the walls, instead of just actual wall pieces, adding in a room for a toilet,
I think this should be a toilet.
and finishing it off with some furniture. And after this, we were back in the deep mines as we were dry on everything, so we grabbed all the tin, copper and iron we could get our hands on, and discovered something we probably should have sooner, the fact that you can actually mine the rock walls down to clear a way through them, which prompted Matt and Joe to start darting off searching for ruins, with Joe finding a couple containing some interesting loot, including a Jackaroo statue, and Matt getting 2 legendary pulls in the same chest. First, finding the slingshot we were after,
Slingshot.
and second, finding a singular mighty seed.
A mighty seed.
One of the rare ingredients we needed if we were going to cook every single recipe. And before leaving, we grabbed some cool lampposts and some rustic fences, also grabbing any ruby ores we found along the way before it was finally time to go home.
Got a nice iron pickaxe. Whoosh. Whoosh.
Setting up some of the new furniture in our town and going to bed, where Matt was up a little bit earlier on the morning of day 43, sneaking out to visit the new person called Julia who was visiting.
Julius.
And turns out she was hosting the second competition here, the bug catching contest. So without telling anyone, he sneakily got a head start, made even worse by the fact that we were all halfway across the map talking to another new NPC that was here for the festive season, called Nick.
Nick, eh? He's in his sunny attire.
Who was trading Christmas themed items during the month of December. But first, we would need to acquire cherries, which could be earned by trapping these snowy jackaroos that Jacob and Colm delivered to the animal collection point. And it wasn't until we got back that we noticed something was wrong.
There's a festival today.
Yeah, the bug catching contest.
No!
Go!
But Matt had already accrued a 30-point lead, where we scrambled into action and tried to catch him as quick as we could, before rushing back to log our scores, where somehow an alpha crocodile had made its way into town undetected, and it was guarding the entrance to the tent, probably hired by Matt to also assist him in his cheating scandal, as it went on to cause havoc to the town and also destroy the bridge.
The bridge is no more.
What?
The alpha crocodile destroyed it.
But despite all of his cheating, getting up early, hiring a crocodile, he still only managed to finish in 3rd place.
Oh, what?
Matt didn't win!
Losing out to Milburn and River, which was, well, there's no other way to put it, that is embarrassing. So he took the place on his podium with a sulk on his face and had his picture taken, before I installed a new bridge and accidentally got it in the wrong size, getting it in the neck from the others.
What the hell is this bridge?
No, wait, hold on. What do you mean, what's this bridge?
It's skinny.
Before carrying on to a new day. So with a slight frosty atmosphere in the air, today we met Sheila the chef.
Sheila! Welcome!
Quickly forgetting about the atmosphere and realising that she sold a random rotation of dishes each day, potentially providing us another avenue if we couldn't manage to get all the ingredients needed. However, she would be the hardest NPC to convince to move in.
I just typed Sheila into Google, not even Dinkum. Just a random woman popped up. Reached 1 heart with her.
Since all of her requests were food related, meaning she could request something that we didn't even have the ingredients for yet. But today was an easy one, asking for a simple croco skewer, and luckily we'd just killed one.
Croco skewer. We got that in our locker.
Oh, we got that in our locker, baby.
So after I completed her request, Matt collected his rusty bronze trophy, and then checked out Franklin's new lab, before we went to bed early today, as we had got our tasks done for the day, and we still want speaking to Matt, where the next day brought the return of Sally.
Sally!
So instead of a new haircut, I completed her request today, before going and fixing the bridge, using the wider version this time.
There you go, you savages.
Before also adding one at the Maldinks as well, giving them access to the mainland. And then, it was time to harvest the farm. This time, however, we would be processing all of the fruit and selling it, where we got to test out how effective our new cooking setup really was, also attracting the interest of Erwin, who was checking out our farm, before Matt was visiting Franklin once again, putting in an order for our first vehicle, which wouldn't be ready until tomorrow, before moving on with doing his daily quests, and finding a spot for his trophy in Forest's house, as I don't think it'd go down too well displaying it in front of the rest of us. So I added some fences to the farm before heading to the centre of town, where Jacob was crafting himself himself a new iron hammer, so he quickly showed it off to me.
Boom.
So I asked him if he could make me one as well.
You make me one?
Followed by Colm,
I get one as well.
then Matt,
I have one as well.
and then Joe. But Jacob quickly denied Joe's request
I'm not making Joe one.
and made 3 more for us. Before it was time to check out the new stock that Clover was selling today, with Jacob getting some shoes he liked,
Oh, they're a bit of me.
and me picking up a motorcycle helmet, which was perfect timing as Matt's motorcycle was ready today, which he crashed instantly.
Matt's got a motorbike.
Oh yeah.
What?
Matt's got... Oh, Matt!
No!
With me stealing it as soon as he placed it down again.
And it's saying, oh, John, move!
Before I was back on Jacob's boat to catch a blue spot flathead for Clover, returning it to the town centre where Matt could take his revenge.
Oh, Matt! Oh, is it John Shaw? I'm under the map. Oh, he pushed me under the map.
Before heading to the farm to help Colm harvest all the limes, with Joe harvesting his sugarcane that had finished growing as well, proceeding to process it all in the grain mills, knocking another ingredient off of his list. Before Joe was then off to pick up a new Vombat, naming it Hellcat and putting it in the animal shelter, with the goal to breed them and then get milk, which was needed for making cheese. And with the serious stuff for the day done, we were back on the motorbikes, doing some time trials by the farm.
3, 2, 1, go.
I got off the bike. Oh, what a segment that was! You gotta navigate the jams. This is where it gets tricky. Full steam ahead. Oh, what a corner. 38 seconds. Go, 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 go. Oh, he's delicate with it.
Oh.
He's off it.
That is not the boost button.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Nah, I'm out by 1.
39.82.
Yeah.
So Colm left us alone as he was getting sick of us, going out to hunt some alphas on his own, where Matt then went to Franklin's and purchased all of the available blueprints, which was going to become part of his daily routine, in between doing quests for other townsfolk, as we needed to get all of the blueprints. But before he left Franklin's, he also ordered a jet ski, and with the man being so against the corruption going on the farm, he was sure quick to spend the money earned from it, before John had given him a new piece of clothing.
Almost due to style up now, Jeff.
So he put it on and went joyriding on his bike for the rest of the day, as he knew tomorrow we'd be back in the hot, which we were, looking for something we previously had missed. So we split up into different directions and tried to explore the dangerous cave as much as we could, fighting some more of these gremlins who do hit very hard.
Oh, that does so much damage.
Yeah.
Where Matt got the first glimpse of what we were looking for, the ruins.
Yeah, ruined.
Peeking inside at all of the enemies that filled the halls.
Like a massive labyrinth.
So we all then began to make our way over to him, as he bridged his way around the side of the building, looking for the entrance in, which made him realise how big this place really was.
This thing is like massive.
But eventually, he did finally spot the entrance around the other side.
See the entrance.
But he died before he could make it there.
Oh god, I'm gonna die. I died.
So we licked our wounds and regrouped,
No, I still have to path back.
beginning to path over to the last patch of lava, reaching the entrance and initially just trying to charge straight in.
Oh my lord.
I'm just running past them all. We need more bottles on the inside.
Causing us to quickly get swarmed
Oh, my game shift tab to open up the Steam overlay.
and most of us dying.
No, I fell in lava.
But Colm managed to loot one of the chests in the chaos, getting some blueprints and advanced sprinklers, while I managed to make it a little further, grabbing another chest with a pickaxe axe and some sort of spear. Eventually, we all then fell.
No, I'm at the entrance, but I have a chest. I opened the chest. I looted the chest. Get me up. Oh, you dodged it. Oh, thread the needle.
No, I died.
And retreated back to the elevator, as we were running out of time on the day.
Hello, Joe.
Hi.
As you can hear, it sounds quite chaotic.
But for a first attempt, it wasn't bad, considering we didn't know what we were getting into. And the attempt got better in my eyes as I tried out my brand new weapon, learning that it had a special ability to shoot a wave of magma, dealing some serious damage.
I think I just got the best thing, and I just got 2 of the best items.
But we were out of time, so headed back up the elevator, vowing to come back tomorrow. But before that, the Sugar Baby's jet ski was here, so we had some fun playing around on it.
That'll do. Come look at the jet ski. Give it a little touch up.
Before we were straight back in there, this time bringing along a few cooked meals, hoping the buffs would help us survive a little longer, before then splitting up straight away to look for the ruins.
Gotta split up, it'll be quicker.
With me getting to try out my new spear on these enemies,
Be gone, foul beasts!
which was much more effective than our regular weapons. But the real test would be inside the ruins, which Matt had found once again.
Found it.
Okay, let's go.
So we made our way over to him and made our way around the side of the building until we found the entrance once again, luring one of of the enemies out, before we realised this would take too long, so we just sent it once again.
Alright, men. Ready yourselves.
I didn't get in this place last time. What am I to expect?
Everything.
Go!
Branching off left, right and every direction we could, with Jacob quickly going down first.
No!
But we managed to retrieve him, where just ahead, Colm had sent it straight forward, grabbing one of the chests which didn't have anything great, with Matt looting 2 more, getting another pickaxe axe and a teleportation device, before we returned to the left hand side.
There's so many on me. Jacob, don't go that way.
Where Colm rushed straight past Jacob as he had his eyes on the prize.
Colm, help me. Throw a bottle.
Wait, I don't know where you are. Oh, I'm dead.
But he was stopped by some lava, so I swung back to help Jacob.
Throw a bottle, Kieran.
There's so many behind.
Before reviving Colm and making our way into the next room.
Like, the way you was going, across the bridge.
I don't know where you mean.
The way you was running, forwards. Get that chest, Jacob, get that chest.
I'm dead.
I got it.
Which didn't yield anything great once again. We then tried to loot the final path, hopefully to get one more chest, but we had aggroed just too many of them.
There's way too many that way.
Well, we can't go any other way.
They're coming from both sides.
We have to go this way, boys.
Rona!
For guts and glory.
On me, man.
And all eventually went down one by one.
I'm dead again.
Oh, I'm about to die. I just stepped in lava.
And even though we didn't get the loot we were hoping to find, that run was a lot better than the previous one yesterday. So we slept knowing it was possible. But we wouldn't be going back today, as we took a day to reset, mainly spending it looting some of these Santa sacks that were dropped around the map, containing inside some cool cosmetics.
I got a candy pickaxe.
Oh, can I have it?
They call me Moses.
That is cool.
While Joe finally fenced in his animals to stop them wandering into the wilderness, adding some gates as well, where Colm picked up some medkits for when we returned to the ruins, and I set up a teleportation pad after unlocking the deed from Fletch, so we could get around the island even quicker than before. So whilst that was being constructed, Clover was back in town today.
Clover.
Red space.
Let's go see if I can buy something.
So I continued to work on raising her friendship
In shoes.
by purchasing some new clothing,
She's selling a blue bucket hat and a blue dress.
I'll buy them both, please.
which I gifted to Jacob, before also painting our boats in a new nice colour, and checking in on Joe, who was having a little bit of trouble today, as he was tasked with breeding the animals.
James, I found him.
And since it was a new part in the game, he had no one to hold his hand and would have to figure it out himself. So he decided to blame the Hellcat instead of himself,
Can you buy me another wombat as well, please?
claiming that it had been eating the chickens.
Hellcat, for some reason, disappeared overnight. Oh, I sold Hellcat and suddenly Rambunctious has gone up a heart.
Opting this time to split them up into different animal pens with fencing for each one. So whilst he bickered with his animals, Jacob then took me on a trip to the mangroves
My skirt flaps in the wind.
to pick up an eel-tailed catfish.
There he is.
And afterwards, we found another Santa sack, which gave us some more cool loot, including a piece of decor that we set up just outside of Franklin's house, giving it more of a lab feel, before we all turned in for an early night's sleep.
Oh, you hit that, bro.
With Matt deciding to spend his night somewhere else, before it came time for another hot run. And you might be wondering why we are so adamant on coming back here over and over again, and it's because we are hunting down the one specific item that can only be found down here, the swag pack, that if we could find and open, it would get us another achievement. So we found the ruin a bit faster this time,
It's here.
Oh, we found it.
clearing them out with my spear first, to try and make it a bit safer,
Get him.
as we were trying to aim and grab every chest on this run. But Jacob panicked and ran straight into the chest room along with a massive horde.
Ah! Oh my god. There's so blood clot many.
And getting some terrible loot for his sacrifice,
I'm down.
Colm then also nearly succumbed to the ruins as well, opting to ironically blame his near death on Joe.
Oh, you nearly pushed me in.
What? You was behind me.
On my screen, I was in front of you.
Who was so far away at this point he wasn't listening, opening another chest and taking his sweet time to browse the items, this time putting the blame back on Colm.
I thought you said I was invincible when I was on the chest.
Joe, did you go down?
Yeah, I am down. Because somebody lied.
But I was having slightly better luck, finding an item called a key cutter, which could apparently generate keys for us each day, where I got myself 2 more chests and began to make my way back. Where back at the elevator, Jacob, Joe and Matt were fighting a losing battle against the elements, with Jacob falling in some lava.
Wait, Joe, you're gonna have to come get me.
So Joe got him up before also falling in lava.
Oh, Jacob.
And and whilst Jacob was bringing a bottle of water to him, he fell in again.
Matt!
So Matt got him up and put out Joe.
He looks like a villain, but he's actually a hero.
Before a single goblin showed up and 1v3'd them.
Oh my. They just double kill you.
So after a day full of chaos and twists and turns, we headed back up and headed to sleep. Where the first thing I did today was add a new chest outside of Franklin's to store away our blueprints, which we were going to save until the time was right, before then adding in the new statues that we've been getting to the town, before it was time for another harvest, cooking all of it, which took up an entire day, and swapping halfway through, where Joe then added another animal to the farm, Perry the platypus, before crafting an animal den for it to sleep in, and getting a new Vombat after he sold the previous one, while Matt crafted and placed down a recycling bin.
Cycle bin down.
And after previously learning the recipe from John, it would allow us to recycle all of our old and worn down tools that we had lying around, where Jacob continued to add to the town, adding in some star fences around the town bell as he was focusing on making the town look nicer, while we waited for Matt to complete NPC requests, where we also added in some trees around the farm to make it look a bit nicer. So as Jacob finished his shift cooking the apples, we were awaiting a day with rain in the morning so we could sell them to Jimmy.
How does this recycler work?
It reduces, reuses, and recycles, Colm.
So whilst we waited, Joe then increased our population again, purchasing 2 chickens from Irwin, before also the next day visiting Franklin to purchase a weather station, which would help the farm team in predicting the weather that was coming tomorrow, but he would have to wait until tomorrow himself to get it, so he bought another chicken, continuing to care for the animals, while Jacob was still working on improving the town, crafting some train tracks for something we would be adding later on, as they were also a brand new feature in the game, before Colm called us in for some help, as he was out killing an alpha devil.
Can someone come to the Alpha Devil and rescue this?
Because he needed the materials for making some better weapons. So after joining up with him and slaying it...
I'm dead. Oh, you're also dead. Guys, if you can come over to us, Colin's going to give you all his money.
We boarded the jet ski and sailed back home.
Hands and feet inside the vehicle. Hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, please.
Where Franklin had dropped the weather station in Joe's mail today, placing it down by our workstation and checking the weather.
Tomorrow it's going to rain in the afternoon, not in the morning.
But we didn't get the result we wanted, but at least it would help us plan the day ahead. So with some free time, I went and bought the gacha machine from Franklin. Absolutely no benefit, but I thought I'd apply the Matt strategy and just spend our money whenever. Where meanwhile, Jacob started city planning, laying down the first set of train tracks, initially planning to have it bridge across the river and pass through the museum.
I am definitely intrigued to see what you're doing here because
But after some debating, he decided to move it. First trying the farm.
There's like no room in this place.
Then deciding that the Maldinks would be the perfect spot for it, and he carried this on into the next day, adjusting the land and trees to fit the tracks on, wrapping it around the central area and bridging across the pond.
wow.
Where now, we would just have to wait until we could commission a train from Franklin, but what we were ready for was Clover to move in.
Yes, we got Clover.
Now that her deed had unlocked, so I set it up just past the rental houses, as it felt like the right spot to put a luxury clothing shop, then finding a spot to place my gacha machine down.
Here you go, man.
But you're happy with yourself, aren't you?
And I'm learning this for the first time, but you could actually dispense a random item each day from this machine after inserting some money into it. So other than me being an idiot, Colin was then finally able to track Ted Selly down again.
I found him.
But he didn't realise he needed money as well as the materials to get his new weapons.
Oh, Joe, any dinks. Give me dinks.
So he rushed back to town, desperate and afraid that he wouldn't be able to find him again, rushing off quickly to the farm to sell his honeys, jams and brews, earning himself a ridiculous 1.2 million dinks, deciding to hold on to the cooked apples for when Jimmy returned, hurrying off to the place he last saw him, buying himself the Alpha Hammer and the Alpha Spear. And the reason that he was so hung up on buying them was both of these weapons come with their unique attack abilities, as demonstrated by Colm here.
Look at my weapon.
What the hell is that? That's... I think those are good weapons.
And now it was the first of winter, which meant some new bugs, critters and fishes were there to catch. So we were straight off to the tropics and pine forest. First, hunting a Goliath stick, where Joe also found some penguins.
Penguins?
And I found the banded Mawong, fishing it up.
One of them. Banded Mawong.
Before going out to search for even more fish in the ocean. And since we couldn't find the stick bug in the morning slot, we had better luck with the fishing, finding everything we needed in one day.
Catfish. Drive us to joy. Actually, yes.
Except for the Murray cod, which was a morning fish. Where back at home, Matt checked in on the animals to see that the wombat had finally grown larger.
Joe, your wombat's getting fat.
And after finishing his request for the day, Matt began planting some sugarcane seeds, as he still needed to get to level 20 farming to buy all the farming licenses, and he was currently only level 2. So with the sun setting and the tasks piling up, we went out to search for the nighttime creatures, finding the blue sea slug immediately.
Got him.
Really?
Yep.
As well as the Hercules moth.
Achilles more.
Where the farm was then ready for another harvest, so Colin went to work while we were still hunting for the last winter bug and fish we needed, finding the Murray cod easily,
Yeah, got him.
but still no luck with the Goliath stick. So I went and donated everything we'd got so far to the museum, where there was a key development in the hunt for the Goliath stick.
Matt! I know it's you, buddy.
What?
Look, everywhere. Axe, pickaxe, shovel.
As Joe had informed us that it was a floor bug, as opposed to the ones that you find on the side of trees.
He's a floor dweller.
But we had no luck yet again.
I'm sick of finding these stupid.
With a shark attack also causing the tragic end to the search for me.
Jacob Shark.
Oh no.
I'm in his turf. This is his tab. I'm gonna dive under. He can't get me down here.
Oh. Oh yes, he can.
Oh yes, he can.
And Jacob.
Matt, we need a bit of help.
With Jacob returning home to put in the order for the train,
The train will be here tomorrow.
as all we had to do now was search for this bug in the morning.
Oh my god.
So with Matt done with his quest for the day, we were going straight to sleep to find this thing as fast as we could. Where today,
Are we getting it today, men?
No.
Okay.
I thought I might have actually found it, but I was tricked by a grasshopper.
No, it's a gum leaf. Grass.
Heading home empty-handed once again.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
He does us again.
It's not becoming ridiculous to say that this thing's becoming worse than the Saratoga, but at least we could look forward to finally getting to try out the new train. So Jacob placed it down, and we went for a joyride.
Are you ready?
Also coming with a built-in storage, which would be useful for transferring a lot of items. And then after another day of searching, we got nothing again, even with the bountiful wish effect active, which increased the amount of bug spawns.
You don't deserve the respect the way he's cowering away from us.
But day 62, everything would change. First, with Jimmy arriving.
He's there. He's there. He's there. He's there.
Huh?
He's there. It's snowing.
I thought it was only in rain.
It's
Oh my god.
snowing. It counts as rain. Go.
So Colin collected everything that we'd been saving for this moment,
Yes. Column, sell it all.
swimming over and selling it.
All we needed was a bit of snow, eh?
A bit of Christmas spirit.
A bit of Christmas. Let it snow. Let it snow. Let it snow.
Netting us 5 million dinks.
Oh,
How much money have you got?
4.9 mil.
Meaning there was nothing that could stop us now, so he splashed out straight away, getting a glider that could be very useful, as he was now able to fly around the lava in the hot. And the second lucky thing that happened today was we found what we were searching for.
Got him?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Except that information Joe gave us
He's on a tree.
was a complete lie, which I mean, should have been obvious considering it's a stick insect, but just like the animals, when confronted, Joe just deflected it and couldn't believe it himself,
It does not come up as a tree on the thing that I just watched.
having to come over to verify it.
Well, it's huge.
And you're probably wondering what this new UI is you're seeing on Joe's POV. Now it's an ability from a bug book that we unlocked from the museum after donating so many items, allowing him to easily spot new bugs from anywhere. But again, he chose to keep this a secret from us. But at least that marked the end of our bug hunting for the season, so we'll be back in spring for the final go around. Until then, I got Melvin's furniture store constructed, meaning only one more NPC remained that we had to move in for Matt to get hearts with. And now armed with stronger weapons, a glider, tons of medkits, and some fish.
Matt, you bringing the fish?
Yeah.
And no, you didn't hear that wrong. You'll understand soon. We were ready to put an end to these ruins. So we hopped in the elevator, where Jacob brought the Forest with him.
Tree coming with.
And Matt also brought Forest with him.
How did Forrest get down here?
I'm bringing her with me. She's my girlfriend.
Is she?
Wait, you could have girlfriends in this game?
So with them two being left behind in the elevator, Colm set off on his glider, soaring over the lava with ease and finding a new ruin quickly. However, it was all the way on the other side of the map, so we made our way there and tried out our new weapons in tandem.
We'll fight them at the wall.
Which quickly got rid of the first pack of enemies, before then choosing to play it safe and stick together while searching.
Yeah, let's stick together.
Except for Joe and Jacob, who were still stuck in their ways, rushing straight forward and going down immediately.
I'm dead. I'm dead already. You said let's stick together as soon as I ran off.
But after we removed the enemies that killed them, nearly all dying in the process,
Inverted. I'm down.
we managed to get them back up,
Thank you, sire. Oh, a mage.
where Colm then marked all of the chest rooms on the map, and we made our way to the first room, which is where the fish come into play, placing them down in its aquarium to block the enemy's path, and using our attacks to safely remove them all through the walls, allowing us to loot the chests hassle-free.
Got us Jacob with our pleb weapons.
However, the first one didn't have anything good, neither did the second and third one, and even after some of the enemies dropped some cool cosmetics, it wasn't looking good, but we kept on going, clearing room by room with our new strategy, eventually checking a chest where we found it.
Yeah!
You got it!
Swag back.
With Joe wasting no time and opening it up straight away, meaning we were done here, taking the fast way back to the lift and leaving this place behind forever, all checking out the new backpack for ourselves, which came with an extra 24 slots of storage, before heading off to bed, where we spent today popping some confetti to celebrate, before it was time to get back to the grind of making money and earning hearts with the villagers of the Isle of Fumble. I then purchased the final house upgrade from Fletch to make it even larger, before commissioning a car from Franklin, which arrived the next day, so I took it for a joyride before gifting it to Colm for all of his hard work on the farm.
Me and Franklin made you this for the farm. Run truck.
I don't have the license.
Where we then created a parking bay for it, before then returning to Franklin to get him another vehicle, deciding to go for the lawnmower, where meanwhile Jacob and Joe were out searching for animals to capture with their domesticate, a key piece of the puzzle to begin breeding the animals together. First going after a rooster that would lay fertilised eggs, which was a lot easier said than done.
What was that noise? It was like a rooster.
Don't tease me.
It was like a rooster noise. It went. He's here! He's here!
Yeah. Get him.
No, get in!
Get him in the corner. Get him in the corner. No, Jacob.
I can't. He keeps G-checking us.
Get him right in front of him, right in the mangrove. He's going. Put it back down. Back down.
But once they pulled it off,
Hey.
they added him to the chicken enclosure and I named it Rio. They then went out and caught a wild Fumble,
I found it.
Really?
Yeah, I found it.
aka a giant guinea pig with horns, before bringing it back and naming this one too, which would allow them to breed it with the Vombat after using some duff dust on it, as long as they were well cared for.
Oh, I'm petting Jack Wilson.
So to keep them well cared for, Joe crafted a new animal den and shelter to expand the area, also picking up a new milk bucket from Erwin so he could begin to collect the milk he needed to make cheese.
Oh, yes.
And with our new house expansion done,
I've been in bail.
we could start adding even more decorations to it, with Jacob adding some of his bug collection to the room, and also installing a new doorway.
Oh wow.
Where I got myself a new bed and some kitchen appliances.
Mate, look at my new room.
Oh, wow.
Got a proper bed and a sink. It's like a uni room.
Where Matt added some of the furniture that he was receiving from the townspeople, making his area a bit more spacious with a chair and a double bed. With Joe adding a red chest that he stole from the ruins, and Colm was locked in Jacob's closet with only a toilet. But other than that, I painted our new lawnmower yellow and parked it in the farm.
That, bit more back.
Nah, forwards.
Before doing some more cleanup around the town and docking our boats, where we were struck with some incredible luck today, as Matt was doing a simple quest to collect a fly, where he somehow got a glider from catching it.
Oh my god.
What?
I've got a purple hang glider.
From what?
From a fly.
What?
What?
Oh my god, he does. He just got a hang glider from a fly. You know what? Fair play.
Which was due to the bountiful wish effect being active, so he continued to complete tasks even quicker. Now he was able to glide around. And today Joe may have overstepped the mark with his animal enclosure,
You ready for Perry's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, here he goes.
adding something that, look, it's disgusting.
Ugh.
Oh, that is disgusting.
They are so disgusting looking.
There's no other adjective to describe it, and thankfully for us, we didn't even need the animal, as it couldn't breed with a platypus.
Oh my god, this isn't the thing that breeds with this. I need to find something else.
Oh, get it out then. Get out.
So we disposed of him. Again, just don't tell Erwin, because we didn't exactly use the most ethical of methods.
Oh my god, he exploded.
But we quickly replaced it with the correct animal this time.
That's more like it.
Yeah, that's a lot more fitting.
He's got a mohawk.
Where because we'd grown so wealthy, I was just spending money for the sake of it now, placing a quarry in the town, which would pull resources out of the mines and place them down here, making harvesting them a bit more convenient, where it was finally time to get the final NPC moved in.
Yes. Yes.
So we placed Sheila's tucker box down in the town after reorganising the layout of the financial district just a bit.
Like 6 by 10. Look at the size of this.
It's huge.
And this process of finding a good placement for the buildings and altering the land for them would occupy us for the next couple of days. So in the meantime, Joe also crafted a spinning wheel, meaning we could turn our wool into cloth for a few crafting recipes, and most importantly, for when we unlocked the airport deed, as it was one of the main building materials, where in a poetic manner, with the last NPC moving in,
The building will start construction tomorrow.
it was one of the first NPCs to hit 5 hearts today, that being John.
I've got 5 hearts with John.
With only 14 more to go, so continuing my conquest of spending money for no reason, I ordered a blast furnace today.
800,000 big ones, eh, Franklin? That better be unreal. Better be the best furnace I've ever seen.
And when it was delivered, I added it to the array of furnaces on the next day.
Blast furnace.
Oh my god. Does that mean we can smelt this stuff now?
So we can get to work smelting the Baconium ores.
Whoa, it glows green. That's cool.
With the hot air balloon, the next thing that I wanted to make, utilising some of the cloth that Joe had been making.
I lack the correct license.
And while Matt was becoming more friendly with the NPCs, he went through the Maldink homes, adding some rare gems to the decor to drive up the rent prices, continuing his elaborate scheme to eventually kick the 4 of us out, as he snuck in with a blue beanie on today, presenting the impression that he had been sent to do this by me. But we were far too busy to notice the scheme brewing beneath us, dealing with the important stuff, and spending the whole day flying the hot air balloon around.
Oh yeah. I'm gripping at the handlebars that aren't even there.
And playing with some snowballs whilst trying to cook the apples.
Purgatory.
Where Colm had now turned his attention to ingredient collecting as well, getting some seeds from Rain and planting them in front of John's store, also including some beetroot seeds. Taking a quick break to place an ice sculpture table that he'd found down.
Jacob, look at this. Cold. Ice sculpture.
What?
You can make stuff.
That's so cool.
That had some interesting things in it that we could make, before he then set up a cheesemaker in our workshop area, before watering his crops. But if you look closely, you'll see that the beetroot seeds had withered up, and this was because they don't actually grow in this season. So he watered them just in case, and then without using his brain, proceeded to plant one of our 2 mighty seeds, which only grow in the summer, fortunately holding onto the other one for safekeeping, thank God, before then realising that we were missing something very important for making fish roe.
Matt, do you have the fishing license?
I can get level 3.
Do you mind getting that for me, please? So we can get a fish pond.
But we were short a few materials, and the main one, well, apart from some river seeds, the main one wouldn't be easy to get our hands on.
Oh, you need a goldfish trophy to make it.
How'd you get that?
No.
We have to give up Jacobs.
No.
Considering it was Jacob's gold fishing trophy from way back at the fishing contest, arguably his most prized possession.
No, let me dupe it. Let me dupe it.
But after enough convincing, he hesitantly gave it to Matt.
Treat her well.
Before I picked him up and we got out of there, taking a flight around the town as a way to clear his head. But this break allowed us to also take it all in, realising that we had built this place from nothing. So as a way to continue growing, Colm continued maintaining his crops, still somehow confused as why his mighty seed wasn't growing, before then destroying it.
Oh.
I mean, hopefully he doesn't destroy the other one, as that would be a big problem. But just behind the farm, Jacob was busy setting up another animal enclosure and getting a 3rd Vombat, mainly just for the extra milk, as you can see by the name. And with the sugarcane finishing growing, Matt popped a Pavlova for an XP boost and went to town harvesting it, processing it all into sugar throughout the day. And as we went to sleep, it was time for the moment of truth.
Well, I gotta see how much farming XP I got.
So we watched his XP bar go up, level after level, just about getting enough XP and hitting level 21. But with regards to permit points, he was still a good way off from getting all of the licenses, so he would be full focus back on the NPC quests again, passively getting a small amount of them as rewards. That was until I realised something, as when I was depositing my money into the bank, every time you deposit 1 million dinks, you get an additional 1,000 permit points for free.
You get 1,000 of them perk points every time you put a mil in the bank.
Every time?
Yeah.
Until you reach 10 million dinks deposited. So I handed the money over to Matt, who made a big jump in progress. But even with an extra 10,000, he still needed about 50,000 more for all of the licenses, which we'd be accomplishing by converting money directly into points, which means we had a lot of money left to make and a lot of farming left to do. But until then, Jacob put that sculpture table to work, creating a 3rd and final Jackaroo statue, with this one being made out of ice, before he joined me in collecting the river seeds needed for the fish pond.
Yeah, here you go. These things.
Where Colm was up to no good again, finally cracking and breaking the streak he was on, duplicating even more items. And this one, well, this time might have been his most stupid yet, sneakily duplicating and planting the mighty seeds in winter when they grow in summer, meaning in just a matter of days they were gonna wilt away, leaving him with nothing. And the best part is, as the day ticked over, he quickly realised what mistake he'd made.
What have you done?
I think the mighty seeds died.
Are you planting them in the wrong season, Colm?
Well, I checked it on Google, on the wiki, and it said you can plant it whenever. It just won't grow until summer. Because now it doesn't tell me when it's going to be mature. Does that mean all my beetroots are dead as well?
So with the corruption not paying off this time, Matt balanced it out by crafting the fish pond.
I've made you a fish pond.
Handing it off to Jacob, who placed it in the empty patch just behind the bandstand, filling it up with some fish and then feeding them with some critters.
Fish status. Fish look happy.
You might have to wait until tomorrow to do it.
Okay, I see.
Producing fish roe on the next day for Jacob to harvest.
Oh! Colm, there's 3 fish roe in there.
I need 10.
So he refed them, and then it was a day of cooking since Jimmy was back again, selling all of it for an extra 3 million, allowing Matt to borrow 100k for an item that he really wanted. And I'm not pointing fingers, but as he rode into town on his brand new chicken, he clearly can't be that against corruption.
Oh my god, that's sick.
It's even harder to drive than the motorbike.
So with him distracted by his chicken and Joe out of town right now, it was left to me and Jacob on the dawn of spring to catch the next set of fish, critters and bugs. And even without Joe and his book of lies, we were off to a great start regardless, finding the blackfish 1 minute in,
Boom.
Boom.
Blackfish.
and then the golden perch immediately after,
Spring starts as it needs to go on. Yeah, he's a tough one, isn't he? Got him.
before turning over to the land and starting the bug collecting, finding a rare dragonfly,
Is it him?
Yeah, for a dragonfly.
another grasshopper,
Oh my god, mantis. Yeah.
and finally the stag beetle, or at least I thought it was the stag beetle.
I got him.
Really?
Yeah, he was on a tree. No, it was a cicada, no!
And this is not the first time, and definitely not the last time, that it tricks us like this. So whilst we kept searching, back at base, Matt crafted a water tank for Colm, placing it down outside of John's and getting some advanced sprinklers, so Colm wouldn't have to keep watering his crops every day. Well, the word crops might be a bit generous, considering half the stuff this guy plants dies within a day. And after crafting the water tank, Matt got back to work today, doing a task for Sheila, which resulted in a miracle.
Is the thing you need a mighty sandwich column?
Oh my god, no way she's selling it.
No, I got it as a gift from her.
Oh yeah, baby.
Being rewarded with a mighty sandwich, completely avoiding the need for any more of them rare seeds to be found, meaning Colm only had 2 more meals left to make.
Now all we need is coffee and for the rice to grow.
And I carried on this hot streak, finding the ladybird,
I got a ladybird, boom!
and a monarch butterfly right next to each other.
What a day. No, it is, yeah it is.
Before jetting off to the ocean to find one of the critters. And as soon as it hit the day slot, we were back to the stag, who was proving to be a worthy successor to the Goliath stick from last month, as once again, we couldn't find him. But in the next morning, after Colm had prepared a toilet for his food-related achievements, we picked up the last critter.
Here we go. Russian sea star.
Before spending the day all checking the entire island. And just when we thought we weren't going to find it yet again,
Do we accept defeat, gents?
No.
we found him after searching every corner.
Well, Mr. Stag Beetle, eh?
You find him?
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Which meant that all of the bugs, fish and critters here were done. But the pedia still wasn't complete, and that's because we still had to build an airport first, allowing us to fly to the Island Reef, where even more were waiting for us. But until that flight, Jacob would be trying to get the animals to breed first,
I think the chickens like me more than Joe.
getting the necessary licenses today, and first, crafting the egg incubator.
I'm stepping where Joe couldn't.
Into the breeding.
Into the breeding.
Have we got the egg incubator?
Oh, I do.
Setting it up with the first of many eggs.
He's in, he's getting incubated. bushcraft and eat your heart out.
which would take around a week until it was ready to hatch. So he picked up some duff dust from Erwin's barn and chose to use it on Pleep and Plunk, thinking it had infinite uses.
It's infinite use.
When in reality, he just didn't use it correctly. And after going ham with it on the animals,
I'm breeding them.
he just started sprinkling it on everything, including us.
Oh no, I spilt the dust on us.
That was so zesty, it was unbelievable.
Go away, man. Not when I've got my do-rag on. Realising a day later how it actually worked.
Uh-oh.
So as to keep himself involved in the process, he sat there and watched the animals as they made love.
I think it's happening.
What?
You know what?
Oh, woohoo.
Yeah.
But this did yield better success,
He's filled with love.
as he got a second duff dust and sprinkled it on all the other ones. Where on the next morning, Jacob noticed something different about them.
What? They have bows on their heads. I think that means they're pregnant.
Wearing some new accessories, which hopefully meant he was on the right track. And to his credit, he actually got the egg incubation correct, as the chuck had finally hatched. Until after all this time, he also realised that you could actually see an animal's pregnancy progress in the journal.
Oh my god! Hellcat's pregnant. And For the Milk's pregnant. Jack Wilson impregnated both of them.
So with this revelation, he constructed some more buildings for all the animals that he was expecting, making our animal farm even bigger than before. And then as Matt was getting close to full hearts with everyone, with Sheila being the final person he needed, and more harvests happening every single day, Jacob spotted a new baby wombat that had just appeared in the pen.
Oh my god! She gave birth.
Meaning he had succeeded with breeding this animal, and now it was just a waiting game for the platypus to give birth as well. And once it was born, I checked out the new animals. Oh, the baby platypus.
Yeah, the puggle.
And was given the honour of naming them Pleepy, alongside the Dinkum Destroyer. I don't know if we can put it on the screen, but Matt's put trademark next to, for some reason he's trademarked that name, but we then witnessed the birth of the final wombat.
Oh, did you get birth?
There he is.
Naming this one as well. And then after 80 full days of completing quests for the people of this town, Matt delivered the final item to Sheila today.
He wants a lamington.
A what?
A lamington.
Reaching max friendship.
I have 5 hearts.
And getting 5 hearts with every single NPC.
I have 5 hearts with every NPC.
Yeah!
Let's go.
And we followed this up with a sales day, taking our produce over to Jimmy and selling it for our biggest profit yet.
How much do you think I got?
I reckon about 10 mil.
Okay.
I reckon about 800 million.
No, I got 16.
So Colin bought Jacob a glider since he'd been working so hard on the animals.
Oh, I'm here.
Before we then started working on getting even more aerial vehicles to celebrate, starting with the helicopter, which allowed us to speed around the skies. And also pretend to bomb the whole town using limes. I don't know who'd do that, but...
That's so good.
Did you see me dropping bush lights on everyone?
Where after cleaning up, we realised it was the day before our 1-year anniversary on the Isle of Fumble, meaning the Island Day Festival had arrived in town. So I used the helicopter to greet our citizens.
Matt, you're weighing it down.
And me and Matt did some quick sky fishing before it started.
I got him.
Secure the LZ, we're landing.
Drop the fish.
I'm dropping the package. Package has been deployed.
And after delivering the package, Fletch was cooking up the snags, so we messed around with all the vehicles while waiting, nearly breaking the laws of physics in the process.
Look at that heading now.
Alright, we're going to secure the package. We can clean up.
This is a dangerous mission.
Where after wasting a lot of time,
Sat on the barbecue. I'm sat on the barbecue.
the snags were finally ready, and she was giving out 1 per person, except for Jacob again.
No, I'm not allowed a snag.
I can't even explain it at this point.
He won't give me it.
And Colm had a plan for the snags, so we handed them all to him, as apparently, every time you eat one of them, it permanently increases the amount of food that you can eat at once, allowing you to activate more buffs. So we found a beautiful spot on the docks to enjoy our meal, before the day was nearly over.
Snag sizzle.
But before heading to bed, we headed to the roof of the bank to sit on our massive fortune and enjoy the nighttime firework display.
Jacob, go to the right of me.
After 1 full year of adventure together on our island. And then it was time to knock off 2 more achievements quickly. So whilst Colm's sleeping buff was still active, he ate a pavlova, mushroom risotto, prime roast, fish and chips, and a coffee, granting him every single buff in the game.
Boom. 10 baths at once.
And then after a quick bathroom break, to make room for more, here, you're actually going to make me list every single item, aren't you? Here, a cheesy spag, scones, sausage roll, raw nigiri, quiche, pumpkin soup, toffee, pasty, palmy and chips, mushroom soup, mighty sandwich, meat pie, meat on a stick, lot burger, lamington, croco skewer, burger, bread, hearty stew, jam toast, dagwood dog, damper, egg fried rice, fairy bread, spag bol, garden salad, and finally, a fruit salad, to eat every single recipe in the game.
Woo! Eat one of every recipe.
And since we were now in year 2 and had every NPC moved in, that meant that Fletch had a new deed for us, the airport that I was telling you about earlier. So I dropped 2.5 million on it, and I found an open area for it just across the river.
Boom. Alright, let's get the stuff.
Grabbing all the materials on the way. But we were still lacking a little bit of cloth, so we decided to take a couple days to farm it, and once we had everything we needed, we added it to the container along with the quartz, and also commissioned an aeroplane. And then once it was a sunny morning, the airport was constructed, and so was the airplane. So we placed it down and boarded the plane.
Goodbye, helicopter. Hello to the new...
Oh! Taking off for the Isle of Fumble airport. But unlike the pilot we'd be commissioning soon, our flying could definitely use some work.
I'm in the driver's seat. No, let me in.
Which is why we were glad to see Nancy, who was there to fly us to the Island Reef. So we boarded the airship and forgot that maybe we might have needed a ticket.
Kieran has to do it.
Yeah, that's right. You know your place. Let's go! Oh. By the...
You bought a ticket? Jesus.
And since I also didn't have any money on me, I had to take the plane for a quick detour, withdrawing some dinks, purchasing a ticket, and setting off to the Island Reef.
To the Island Reef.
But there certainly wouldn't be any time to relax, as another competition immediately started, splitting up into teams of Joe and Matt, who would be on the land searching for the bugs, versus Jacob and Colm, who'd be in the sea searching for the fish and critters. However, this match would be heavily in the Joe and Matt favour, since they only had 3 bugs to find, as opposed to Colm and Jacob's 7. And not to mention, Joe still has that book of lies to spot them from anywhere, which we still had no clue about at this point. And immediately, it wasn't looking good for the team of Jacob and Colm, as I was presented with the 2 butterflies right away.
Kieran. Both butterflies here, both butterflies here.
What?
Both butterflies here, Kieran.
I've got one here. I've got both.
Leaving them with only the purple-winged mantis to find. But as they glided from island to island searching, Jacob and Colm started finding one fish after another.
Fish on! Fish on! The big fish, the big rainbow fish. Yellow fish over here, they're well small.
Finding a sea sponge.
Sea sponge over here, Kieran.
And a seahorse.
Found a seahorse as well.
Oh, nice.
Until Colm called me over to reel in the final fish.
Dory, on me, Dory!
Meaning that the ocean team was victorious. So we all worked together to help track down the final bug, until Colm finally grew suspicious and began looking up the information on how to find it, discovering that it doesn't even spawn in until nighttime.
Why are we looking now? It doesn't spawn until night.
Meaning that in the end, Joe and Matt were the 2 that didn't even stand a chance. But I guess you could say it was karma, as both of them have a history of cheating during competitions. So as time shifted from day to night, the bug finally revealed itself, allowing me to tick off another huge milestone, completing my pedia.
There's something called for the pedia.
And that's all she wrote.
Okay. Complete the pedia!
And after returning home with Nancy, Matt continued to check into Franklin's every day for any new blueprints that he could find.
I've already learned all these recipes.
And after doing it for a whole year nearly, he decided to grab one from our chest and see if he'd obtained them all yet. But no luck today. So with all the money we had saved up, the next thing we did was handing Matt 19 million dinks.
There's all the net worth of the Isle of Fumble in your hands.
Transferring every single one and converting them into 38,000 permit points.
19 mil, 38,000 perk points.
Before he then went through every license at Fletcher's, barely having enough but just about enough points in total to obtain every single license in the game.
Every license acquired.
Oh yeah.
Where it was just business as usual, quickly finding ourselves in autumn as the next achievement was available, as it was time for the Skye Fest again.
Skye Fest, Skye Fest, Skye Fest, Skye Fest.
And now that we had a slingshot, we could finally get it. So after killing some time messing around in vehicles and opening even more blueprints, the lanterns were released, and Colm boarded the hot air balloon. Armed with his trusty slingshot, he began to snipe them from the sky.
One down.
Which admittedly might have ruined the event for the townsfolk, but we didn't care, as he shot his 10th lantern with the slingshot.
Wait, I got it. I got the achievement.
Knocking down another achievement. Just tried to ignore all the misses that he had along the way. And in order to get the next achievement, it was going to take a little bit of time. So let's fast forward a bit, shall we? And after it had been 5 long years,
Year 5.
we all woke up and stepped outside to enjoy the spring weather of the 5th year.
A lime for year 5. A lime for year 4. A lime for year 3. A lime for year 2. I'm too full.
Just taking a few days to lounge and relax in our empire, where Matt was opening blueprints that we'd been saving up from dozens of mine runs, unlocking new recipe after new recipe, until he had researched everything in the game, using one final blueprint to double check, unlocking the crafting master achievement.
Oh, I got it.
Let's go!
Nice.
And I had two blueprints left.
But maybe these blueprints weren't all actually for recipes. And instead, maybe they were actually schemes for something much more sinister.
My master plan is coming together.
As he had been gathering evidence, snapping photos of us running our honey operation,
Oh, I've got the photos.
laundering our money through the bank, and bribing the town officials,
I've got the photos.
before calling us over to the bandstand for the final event of the town,
What's he doing over there?
revealing his plan to us.
You're done.
What?
You are dead to me.
To take over as the new mayor after exposing me, Colm and Jacob for corruption.
I got photos of you.
Doing what?
Illegal activities. All your evil plans.
But we weren't about to let him get away with it.
I'm the new mayor of this town.
What town will be left when we're done with it?
Get rid of the place.
So we burned down the entire place,
Someone called the police.
destroying the bridges so no one could escape, and reducing our beehives to ashes.
Take the honey operation with us. Get rid of the evidence.
Bring it down, men. Bring it down.
Alongside eradicating the animals,
I know what we can do to hit him where it hurts, Kieran. The animals.
No. That would only hurt Joe.
in explosive fashion.
Goodbye, Hellcat.
Before it was time to make our escape, and with Matt chasing after me,
You'll never take me alive, Matt.
I was too fast for him,
Getting out of this place.
managing to lure him just far away enough for Jacob to pick Colm up in the hot air balloon.
I'm coming.
We're out of here.
Go.
But they wouldn't be able to outpace Matt's plane alone.
He's chasing us.
No, shoot him down, shoot him down.
So Colm pulled out his slingshot for one final shot, managing to kill the plane's engine,
I'm going down.
and flying away to freedom, until they ran out of fuel, crashing in the middle of the ocean.
No.
So I flew over to pick them up,
Evac, we need evac.
and we took off in search of new opportunities, completing 100% of Dinkum in the process.
We'll make money another way. Got an idea.
Where we may have been the corrupt ones on the surface, but deep down, maybe Matt was just as corrupt as the rest of us.
Rambunctious. Rio. Perry.
Hellcat. For the milk. What happened?
Joe.
What happened? What did you do?
It wasn't me, Joe. It wasn't me.
You was always the problem in this town, Matt.
No.
Never once did you
No.
look out for the other than us. You didn't look out for us. You looked out for the townsfolk, the ones who moved here, not the ones who were here from day one.
No, it was Kieran, Jacob and Colm.
We built this place, Matt. We built it. And you gave it away for them.
No.
Goodbye.
I have the photos. Was it all worth it?